Oh, that's a good question, Gal. That's a good
Every
question.
stream, you must fit in a word that no one knows. What was the last one? I
All
can't even
right.
remember.
Let me have a think.
Teacher. What's going on, people? It is Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. Today, we're making history. I'm here with Gary, the coach, and Pugilis boy, Tony, in the house. Let's talk team sheet news. But actually, no, what am I talking about? I'm breaking tradition here. Before team sheet news, we see how our hosts are. What's going on, Tony? How's things with you, bro?
All good, my brother. All good. I have a little bit of Gary wants a word from me. I'm going to say at the start of the game, a little bit of trepidation, Gary. But overall, excitement.
Well, there you go. Prediction, Tony, for you. Prediction?
I'm going 3-0.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Gary, the coach, what's going on, bro? What's happening? Hope
How we
everything's good
doing,
with
guys?
you.
Yeah, things are good, man. Yeah, things are good. I had a nice 12-hour day at work today, so I haven't had too much time to think about the game. I've just literally come in about 6:30. I got in, so I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I think 3 or 4-0 tonight. Another shutout. I think Saliba and Mr. Gabriel Martinelli will be going home with half of Harry Kane in their pockets.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Let's have a look and see what the team sheet is. Team sheet news, guys. Let's break it down. Arteta's made 2 changes from the team that beat Brighton 3-0. He's gone with Gabriel Martinelli replacing Jesus on the left wing, and he's gone with Kivior coming back. I knew that would happen. I kind of thought it might be Tomiyasu. I probably would have gone Tomiyasu. But Kivior really in favour with the manager, really showing the manager that he can do a job of defending. This is Gary's little peeve with the left-back position. Really showing he can do a job as defending. And then no need for a double pivot, playing alongside an inverted. You've got the double pivot there, use it and abuse it. And so that's the reason why over the last few weeks I've been saying no need for inverted left back. We've grown beyond that. So that's where we are at the moment. Kai Havertz, who's in form, 4 goals in the last 6 games. Not to mention there's 5 assists that are in there for the season. He starts too with Saka fit to start, having returned for that muscle injury. What's your thoughts on the team sheet, Tony?
Yeah, I'm very happy with it. I'm like yourself. I was a bit surprised Kivior came in because I would have thought Tomiyasu would have been the favourite for that position. But I'm happy with Kivior. He's done really well in his time playing, so I won't begrudge him at this stage getting a nod.
Excellent. Tony, sorry, Gary, what about you? What's your thoughts on the team sheet?
Yeah, I'm exactly the same as you guys. I thought Tomiyasu would have got the nod on the left, which shows that all 3 of us in agreement. But Kivior obviously shows how far he's come and the displays that he's been putting in. So I've got no problem with it.
Excellent. So we're about 5 minutes away from kickoff. And have I still got you guys here? Sorry, I'm messing around with my mic here, so I can't really hear too much. Somebody say something.
Hello.
Yeah, say hello again.
Hello again.
Yeah, that's it. All right, I'm good. Right, so on the bench, guys, we've got Ramsdale, Hine, Tomiyasu, Zinchenko, Partey, El Nene, Smith Rowe, Vieira, Reece Nelson, and if I can move this out the way for some reason, hold on a second, is Nketiah, Jesus, and Trossard. Here we go. So
we got
listen,
3
guys.
goalkeepers. We got 3 goalkeepers.
Isn't that
weird? You have to name 3 goalkeepers in the Champions League, don't you? And Europa League.
Yeah,
you have to name
Ebony.
2 goalkeepers on the bench.
Why, Ebony? Long time no see. It's like you just drop off the face of the map.
Ebony.
How you doing?
Oh, what's going on, Ebony? How you doing, man?
I'm fine. I've been working and also sometimes when you don't have connection at work.
Yeah.
Ebony, look like you're dressed to go out on the town.
Doesn't she look stunning?
She looks like you look a bit smart, Ebony.
I've just come from the Arsenal shop and yes, I did buy a bedspread for myself. I don't care how old I am.
Oh my God.
Brilliant, brilliant.
What's your thoughts about today, Ebony? What's your thoughts? What do you think the score's going to be?
I just want to win. I know that this is a Champions League, and Bayern Munich haven't exactly been top draw in the Bundesliga. So I just want to win.
Yeah,
Forget the Bundesliga. Just remember they have made it through to this. So you got to consider their Champions League form. I still think we got too much for them.
Yeah, the hardest thing for Bayern Munich right now is they are going up against this Arsenal team, which, first of all, are top of the league. So, European teams always worry about Liverpool, always worry about Man City. But imagine you're playing a team that has scored 38 goals and only letting 4 goals for the entire 2024 year. That's 4 months. And this team that they're playing tonight, no one can score against them. No one can even have a shot on target. And a lot of people talk about Harry Kane and his form, and that's all great. But let's not forget the two games Harry Kane played against Saliba and Gabriel last season. How much goals did he score? How many shots did he have in that game? Forget that. In the first game, which was at the Emirates, he had 10 touches inside the box, which is the least for his entire career. And let's not even bring up when we beat them 2-0 at their place towards the end of last season, where he was just, Saliba had him in his back pocket. So interesting today, because what are we going to see? We've seen Saliba and Gabriel mark out the best strikers in the Premier League. Now you come up against Harry Kane. Are you going to bounce him around like you did last season? We shall all wait and see.
I'm watching the Ireland versus England game at the moment.
I was watching that. So nothing was rubbish, man.
Yeah. Let's say what's going on to everybody. Shout out to Shay. Shay says big up to you as well. What's going on, Terry? Evening to you. Cam in the house. He said, what's good, people? He's gone for 5-1. 18 in the house says, yes, people. He's gone 2-0 Arsenal. G has gone 6-0 for Arsenal. That's got to be wrong. Oh, I realised
he's watching American football, and it's not a touchdown, mate.
I've realised what Cam's doing. He's gone for a revenge. He says revenge game. So that's a score that they beat us. And so he's gone for 5-1 Arsenal. Terry's saying he'll take 2-0 right now. I think that's what Tony said.
Tony said 3.
3. And Gareth is saying, Gary, come on, you Reds, 3-0. Gareth, do you know who he is? Gary?
Who? Gareth?
Gareth Starkley. Yeah, I think it might be a mate of yours.
Oh, yeah. All right, Gareth, how you doing, mate? He's my fellow bus driver.
Oh, nice one. Shout out to you and all the guys at the depot, Gareth. He's gone for Gabby to score. Emerson, what's going on? Emerson in the house is saying evening to everybody. Yeah, we're going to try and enjoy it, man. Kickoff should be now, actually.
So interesting, we've got Rice and Havertz both on yellow cards. So if they pick up another one tonight, they miss the second leg.
Oh, okay. That's manageable, isn't it, Thomas Partey?
England have got a second penalty.
Ooh.
The post. He hit the post.
Hey, listen, Tony done one on me and Gary the other day when he talked about 1-0, and then we were like, what's going on? And then he was talking about another game. And then me and Gary were sweating. We were like,
He was like, what the hell? What's Tony seeing, man? 1 minute he was 30 seconds behind, and then he shouted out, go!
Greenwood hit the post. So it's still 2-0 to England.
Mind you, the first penalty she scored wasn't all that. It wasn't in the corner, just the keeper went the wrong way. That would have been an easy save.
It was a soft penalty as far as I'm concerned.
So, guys, we've kicked off here. And at the moment, it's a free kick to Bayer. We've kicked off. Yeah, exciting, man. Exciting times, guys. We've kicked off. 18 saying Ebony looks gorgeous. It says Apollo. It says Apollo in that shirt. Yeah, this is the one that This is the one Arsenal's unbeaten in this season, so I said I'm going to continue wearing it until we lose.
I'm waiting for my delivery of that one.
Yeah, man.
Like, you're not going to have to keep me updated.
The free kick was so poor, man.
It was. Here comes Arsenal, though, just trying to take a little bit of control. Havertz running everything down on the back end. I'm 1 minute and 20 seconds. Where are you at, guys?
How you? Oh man, gone backwards.
Yeah, Bayer's got a lot of quality. They've got Leroy Sané, they've got Gnabry, and they've got.
The thing is, they've all just come back from being out injured, though, haven't they?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it shows you how worried they are because they forced players back in probably a little bit quicker than he would have liked.
Yeah, and this is what you like to see, guys. Gabriel Martinelli defending deep there. Arsenal just now recovering the ball with transition. That's it. Odegaard just trying to keep the ball. We also know Bayern Munich, they don't press very much. Aging team, aging legs, don't have the stomach for it. So in terms of energy, a lot of that's going to come from Arsenal. But
Are they really aging? I think they've got a lot of youngsters, Apollo.
Well, they're the 13th highest pressing team in the Bundesliga. That doesn't say much.
How old's Musiala? He ain't no more than about 19.
Yeah, but you press from the front, don't you? You press from the front.
Yeah, he's a front player.
Musiala's 21.
Okay.
You know, they've got Kane 30. Goretzka must be about 30. Dyer's 30. Neuer's about 104.
And what about Eric Dyer? Eric Dyer is about 86.
Plays like an 86.
Plays like he's 86.
Can you believe?
Man City 1-0 up against Real Madrid.
What?
Man City 1-0 up against Madrid.
What?
Yeah, no surprise. I'm not surprised.
How can you say you're not surprised? Bellingham,
Man City is a machine.
Hey.
And Real Madrid have not been great this season. I mean, they're winning their league, but they've not been great.
Oh my word! Unbelievable!
Ireland are being cancelled out in every single.
Ball in the midfield now. They've gone wide. They're attacking on the left hand side. Saka's now defending. It's a good tackle there. That's Jorginho with the tackle, but Bayern Munich, lots of possession for them.
Yeah, they're not by any means of the stretch like a bad team. They're just having teams go through that little sticky patches.
Cam saying we should be going hard on that cornerback pairing. Bayer have Dyer and Dr. Light is as dross as it gets at this level. Oh, they're leaking goals in. They're leaking goals, mate. Bayern Munich are leaking goals. They can talk about the front line as much as they want, but they are absolutely leaking goals in. It's strange too. You can see Kai Havertz pressing the hell out of them now. I mean, this is real heavy press by Arsenal, and Arsenal win it back because of Eric Dyer. He can't make this stuff up, can you?
How is Eric Dyer even in that team?
Oh, it's like...
You know what the funny thing was? He played... The 1-2 was decent. He just couldn't control the simple ball, man.
Franz Beckenbauer must be turning in his grave right now.
Let's have a look at this Man City goal. Let's have a look.
Yeah, it's a cheeky one. Oh, that was cheeky. Was that... Oh, Bernardo catching
Bernardo the rat. Oh, that's terrible goalkeeping, man. That's fucking goalkeeping.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible keeping. You can't get beat from there.
Yeah. So this is also Bayern Munich playing the ball out the back now. This is where Arsenal want them with the heavy press. This is where we want them. This is just where we want them. Look, here comes a heavy press, and they're having to go long, and Arsenal recover. Williamson in possession. This is where Arsenal want them, because right now all the possession's been with Bayer. Saka here on the right-hand side. We need to get some possession in the game. We've not really had a spell of possession, which is a little concerning. 6 minutes gone.
It's coming.
Arsenal, not forcing it, not rushing into it. Be patient, plenty of time.
Yeah, figure up that we can hear.
Yeah, somebody's TV needs to turn down.
Yeah, I think that was me.
Cam said, "Did our team do the tunnel stare? I think we missed it. We could be,
I love that tunnel stare.
That's that picture that was going there. Yeah, I remember that.
Good,
So
good win from Kai
offside.
Havertz.
Yeah.
Winning his battles. Offside somebody. Not sure how that was.
Come on, James.
Yes,
You've got runs
yeah.
in front of you.
Here comes Arsenal. Go on, lay it off Odegaard. Odegaard lays it off for Martinelli. Martinelli shoots. It goes well wide. It was nowhere near on target.
That's Martinelli for you.
He'll come good.
Good shot.
The goal kick.
Good
So what you can
effort.
see, hold up play by Havertz was fantastic there. It didn't even hit the target. Ooh, it could have been a corner. Eric Dyer nearly touched Dyer. Would have been great if it deflected off Dyer and went in the back of the net. Maybe that's what he was hoping for. Oh god!
Like I said, you guys are going to have to update me because it's on TNT.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
TNT1.
I don't mind that shot going wide though. At least someone's shooting.
Yeah. Early.
Yeah.
That's a foul. Thank you.
What's G saying? Eric Dyer sparkling water before he walks out. We have to win by 3 or 4 here. And then he says, Newer, you're not getting any calls tonight. Stop trying to French kiss the referee. You guys make me laugh too much. Seriously. What would 101 be without you lot cracking jokes for 90 minutes?
My goodness. Comedy
Central around here with you lot sometimes. Let's see.
Isn't I saw that post that said the referee is Emile Smith Rowe's uncle after Trossard's dad. We've got Emile Smith Rowe's uncle. Did anyone see that post?
Trossard's dad looked like Trossard's brother. It looked like his twin.
Yeah, he did look like his twin.
I knew they was walking off together at half time. That was. Did you see me, Dad? I scored.
That's a foul on Saka. That's a foul on Saka.
Yeah.
Right. I knew this was coming, G. Typical American. He says, why are ISIS threatening the match when Bin Laden was a diehard gooner? Bro, seriously, you have to come up with better material than that, man. But yeah, that was a big thing. By the way, guys, remember, there's no Bayern Munich fans in the stadium tonight.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is, because as I was coming from the shop, there was a couple. There was about 5.
No, they're not allowed. And if you
there's Tony. That means they're sitting in. That means they're sitting in the Arsenal.
No, because if you sold your ticket to a Bayern Munich fan, you're gonna get a 1-year ban. Arsenal made it clear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, Ebony, you better tell your friend to watch out.
It's not worth it.
I didn't realize that actually.
Yeah, you better tell your friend to watch out, man.
A letter to all,
I mean, as I was coming from the shop, I just saw that.
Through ball. Saka on the right hand side now is 1-on-1. They're not double teaming him. We've never seen them double teamed really in Europe as they get in the Premier League, the wingers, and that's the reason why in the Champions League, Saka and Martinelli is so effective. But Arsenal now pinging the ball around. That's not a good ball, is it? Yes, no, Martinelli doesn't get it. It's off. It's off. Oh, they said play on. The ball went out of play. And Martinelli...
Yeah, that ball went miles out of play.
And Martinelli beating the inept winger he is, puts it out of play anyway.
Oh.
Gary's smiling. Look, I love Martinelli, but do I think he should be starting for Arsenal on that left-hand side? Not.
He should be a striker. He should be
an impact player. He should come on 60, 70 minutes and bring more energy into the game. I just don't think he has the creativity or the goals as a winger. I just don't. He scored 15 goals last year, but the way he played this year when everybody else stepped up, him and Jesus went down a level. And so that's the reason why no Jesus for striker for me. I'd rather Havertz or Nketiah, and no Martinelli on the left for me. I'd rather Trossard or Jesus.
Are we all happy with Raya?
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, we're all happy with Raya.
Made a good save against Brighton. I won't take that away.
Arsenal now back in possession. 11 minutes and 20 seconds gone. Odegaard really trying to dictate the tempo of the game. Just waiting to see the movement of his players. But the most important thing here for me, guys, is Arsenal cannot start the game like they did in the first 5 minutes when Bayer had all the ball. Here's Saka. Saka on the right-hand side. They've won possession. He gets the ball in the penalty area. Here's a goal. Yes! Yes! It's 1-0. Bukayo Saka. What a record he has in Europe. What a record he has in the Champions League. That was a stunning goal. That was absolutely top draw. Get in there. Get in there. What a goal.
I'll watch the highlights.
He's world class.
And what a ball from Odegaard to set him free, though. Just that little lob over the top. He loses it, but Ben White gives it back to him, and that's what a finish that is. What a finish that is. What a finish that is.
Brilliant. Look at that. He's got 3 different. That is his spot. Love the way it was Kai Havertz that won the ball back when they were playing that triangle. It was Kai Havertz that won it back. He picks his spot. Quality.
Assist to Ben White.
Brilliant.
Hold on. Oh, that's a tight offside, you know. That is a very tight offside.
Yeah, it's not though, is it?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know.
I think I see it. It's very close.
You guys are ahead of me. So
yeah, but I think it's on. Game's played on, Gal, so it can't be.
Yeah, the game's on, bro. Yeah, the game's
on.
That's
right. If the game's on, you're ahead of me. So
yeah,
happy days.
So Bayern Munich 1-0 down after 10 minutes, and what I can see from Bayer, they're just in a frenzy right now. They're trying to step up the tempo of the game. You have to remember, guys, the biggest difference between the Premier League and the Bundesliga is just the speed, the sheer tenacity.
Everybody says
League.
that. Yeah,
just this fast pace, you know, and that's why people say the league is the hardest league in the world. And right now, what we're seeing is
you're exactly right.
Bayer is just like the tempo isn't there. They just don't have the tempo. Look at them now. The ball's probably going to go back to the goalkeeper because
come on, man. There was no one there.
There's no movement. There's no movement.
Sorry.
Neuer was at full stretch and he couldn't even get there. Just Saka.
He was nowhere near it. It was a country mile away from it, Neuer.
Brilliant. So after being frustrated, not being able to get through the midfield, Bayer go long and end up losing the ball. Nice little touch there from David Raya. Arsenal pinging the ball about. Quite frankly, Bayer don't even have an answer for them right now. Here comes Arsenal again, building play up from the back. I can smell my dinner in the front room. I got
Real Madrid winning 2-1 now.
What?
Oh wow.
Real Madrid winning 2-1. They scored two in a minute.
What?
Wow.
Kavinga scored the first goal.
And then Rodrigo.
Oh. Wow. Hold on a second. Where is this? This is in Spain. Okay. Yeah, that's in Spain. That'll throw the cat among the pigeons. Walking into their yard saying, "What are you doing trying to brock us up in front of our own fans?"
Oh, what a goal that is, man. Again. Oh my God, what a goal that is. They made, oh my God, that finish is even, what a finish that is from Rodrigo.
Oh, here he goes, Ben White! Oh, Ben White, that's supposed to be 2-0 Arsenal. And he's not a striker, is he? But he just hits it point blank straight at Neuer. If he goes left, he's onside. He's onside.
Yeah, he should have scored. Any
He's
side of
onside.
keeper and
If
it's
he
a
goes
goal.
low left or curls right, that's 2-0 Arsenal. Absolutely ridiculous. Bayer go long again
He
and
goes
lose
any
possession.
side of the keeper, it's a goal.
You know, I'm
Wow.
definitely upgrade.
Put
I like
that down
that
as
he's
a
gotten
chance.
himself in that position.
Yeah. Terry going mad there. Saka. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff.
I'm just trying to find another stream.
Ben White also. Wow, I just saw the goal from Real Madrid.
Decent football, isn't it? Open them right up
Goal. Yeah. Open them like a what, Gary?
like a can of worms.
He put the ball through his legs. That's ridiculous. Here come Arsenal again. Sorry, I'm getting TV noise from you lot again. I'm getting TV noise from you.
It's not me.
Is
Sorry.
that you, Ebony?
It was
No.
me. It was me. Sorry. It was boxing.
Excellent, excellent. Guys, here comes Arsenal again. Odegaard just really the master behind it all. Here's Jorginho. Is that a foul? No. Declan Rice keeps possession. It's Havertz. We're now on the other side. Kivior goes to Martinelli. Arsenal just attacking him from the centre, from the right, and now from the left. Bayer don't know what's hit them, to be honest. They really don't know what's hit them. Jorginho in the ball in the middle. He goes to Odegaard, who's square. Saka gets the ball again on the right. It's 1-on-1. Gets support from Ben White. And back to Odegaard. Come on, Odegaard through the legs. But Saka loses possession. When they lose possession, Bayer have got nowhere to go. There's a red shirt in front of every single player. Ah, sloppy. That's sloppy, Gabriel. And it lets them through. It lets them through. And it's a goal. It's a goal.
Sloppy defending,
Serge Gnabry. Yeah, that was sloppy defending from Arsenal. I think it was.
Yeah, that's terrible defending, man. Terrible defending.
Yeah,
but,
that is super sloppy.
But Raya doesn't need to be where he is. And once he comes out, Gabriel doesn't have the back pass. But when Gabriel takes it away, all he's got to do is just clear his lines. And then Rice gets run past. He's not concentrating on what's going on behind him. That's such a bad goal to give away.
What is Gabriel doing here? He's just not even looked at the pass. It's gone past Kivior. There's a through ball that gets played through behind Declan Rice. And
Ben White's got a cover there. Ben White can see everything going on. Oh no, Saliba, can see everything. He's got to get across quicker.
Arsenal just sliced open there, just cut open there.
That's right. We'll come good.
And Raya's nutmegged. That's a really bad goal to give away. I said against Brighton, didn't I? We can be our own worst enemies. You know, no trouble at all, under no pressure whatsoever. Yeah. Gabriel can keep the ball. He doesn't have to get rid of it. Here come Arsenal down. Oh, Saka shot block. That was goal bound. What a terrible goal to give away.
Yeah, it was. I don't know what you was just talking about there, Gary. I'm 19 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was 19:05 from I think straight from the kickoff. I'm a little bit behind you now.
This is when I talk about games at the highest level, you cannot make mistakes, man. You just cannot make mistakes. What was good about our game before City and all the other teams is we played squeaky clean football, and that was just we were under no pressure there whatsoever.
I don't know why David Raya is even that far out. Gabriel's got the ball under control. Raya doesn't need to come that far.
Yeah, Gary, you know that they were told to do that by the coaches. They're told to do
that.
Yeah,
I know, but
when I was at the Emirates last week, he was standing on the halfway line against a corner. All that would have happened is if not, it wasn't Brighton. Who did we go and play when I was at the Emirates? I forgot who it was now. Was it Brentford? All they've got to do is just clear the ball, and we're already on the back foot under pressure. So I don't agree with the coaching.
I understand the keeper sweeping when needed, but when it's not needed, just stay where you are. Even if you're on the edge of the area, it's a simple back pass from there.
Yeah, but I'm having a go at Gabriel because he's the one that gave. There's no.
Oh, yeah, it's 100%. 100% it's Gabriel's fault. But what I'm saying is he wasn't helped out by his keeper. The keeper doesn't need to be that far. And if he's further back, it's a simple ball back. He can't go back to him because he's literally standing right next to him.
Here comes
So
the
Gabriel
ball in.
either has to leave it to Raya and pull
That's
out
a
wide,
handball.
or Raya not be there.
I thought that was handball. Arsenal get the ball. Declan Rice pops it on the left-hand side to Martinelli. Martinelli picks up the ball. He does have support from Gabriel. Is he going to run into the middle? Is he going to use his support? Yep, Gabriel gets the ball. He comes back. Arsenal 9 possession. Martinelli gets the ball back. He crosses the ball in. Havertz with the knock, but it didn't get much on it. Actually, it's Kivio with the header. And he doesn't get much on it. And the goalkeeper saves. Bayern really trying to slow the game down now. But for Arsenal, uncharacteristic poor defending, which is something we don't see from them. We really don't see that kind of play from Arsenal. Not for a long time. Months even. My God.
You know, you got to make the opposition fight for everything they get. You can't just gift them stuff, man.
Yeah.
And that's what we were kind of doing in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Now we kind of went back completely the other way, and like they're working so hard and getting nothing, and we just gift them a goal like that.
Yeah. Let me change this as well.
Harry Kane ain't even touched the ball yet, has he? In 22 minutes,
saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Cam says, "Thank goodness away goals don't matter anymore. We win 5-1. 5-1 it is." Yeah, football is hard enough as it is without. Here's a short one and another throw into Arsenal. I mean, it's been all Arsenal, really. I mean, they've scored out of nothing. I'm shocked and surprised that we've given that goal away. I just hope it doesn't come back on us.
but from here on out, you've got to be completely solid now. You can't give them anything.
Yep, you have. Yep. They're showing the goal again. What was Gabriel thinking? My God. Yeah. Arteta's going to be furious.
From there, he either leaves it to Raya, but once he takes the touch, I mean, that's a simple ball to Kivio.
It's awful. That's awful. Okay, so we pick it up. Arsenal 6 shot attempts, 3 on target. They really have been dominating this game. They really have been dominating the game. If they just need to settle down, and it's the likes of Jorginho, Declan Rice. You know, you want your leaders on there, Odegaard, just to settle the game down a little bit more. Making me nervous now, man.
Half-time, England 2, Ireland 0.
Oh, don't let Alphonso Davies start running. That guy can shift. Who's munching?
Chicken wings.
I told you, I've got rice and peas in there, man.
So what's happening? Is it?
We've got this. Fat Freddy says Raya is at fault. G says Gabriel is at fault.
I think they haven't helped each other. But once Gabriel decides to deal with it, I mean, that's a simple ball, 10 yards to Kivio. He knocked it inside him.
I think regardless of the miscommunication, Gabriel maintains possession, right? So from that standpoint, it's out of David Raya's hands. It's what Gabriel then does with it. He could have gone anyway. He could have actually gone towards a corner flag where Kivio, he could have gone towards a corner flag. He could have played Kivio down the line. Instead, he goes inside and it goes elsewhere. Here comes Saka. Goes out for a corner. Corner to Arsenal. Serge Gnabry, who looks absolutely knackered, by the way. Serge Gnabry looks exhausted having to defend against Saka.
Yeah, because he's only just come back from injury, isn't he? So
Yeah.
he's thrown all these guys in. They're nowhere near fully fit.
Oh, my God.
But they're fully fit to score against us, though, yeah?
Oh, God.
Yeah, but they'll run out of steam after an hour.
Hopefully.
Arsenal players, 26 minutes, 20 seconds gone. Arsenal players just barely hitting their stride yet. Oh, is that a goal? Come on! Come on! Oh, what are you doing? Oh, the corner's taken. Nobody really gets a foot on the ball. The ball is bobbled in the middle. Look, it's just bouncing around. No one can get their feet on it. Kivior's on the floor. And in the end, Neuer picks it up. Yeah, it's a big mess there. Just needed someone to be assertive. Arsenal are all over them. And they win the ball back. Kivior taking the ball off Harry Kane. Kane is on scraps right now. Every time they try to get the ball past that halfway line, Arsenal are just there in numbers, absolutely swarming like a pack of wolves, just hunting to get the ball back. And since the first 5 minutes, Bayer's just seen none of the ball. Odegaard now again dictating play. Can still hear a little bit of commentary in the back from you lot. Someone talking about they can rebuild Britain. Sounds a lot like David Cameron there. Arsenal, that's a little bit sloppy by Odegaard and Saka on that right-hand side. And there you go. If you do that, then Bayern Munich are just looking to play those through balls in behind the centre-backs to those runners. That's all they're going to be doing. The game plan today for them is to just try and hit Arsenal quickly with them through balls, which is how they scored that goal. They really have nothing else against Arsenal in terms of any type of build-up play. They just can't keep the ball long enough. Here comes Jorginho for Arsenal now. Got to be smart in possession. What we saw there from Saka and Odegaard was not smart at all. You just can't have that kind of clumsiness at this level. It's quarterfinals of the Champions League, this is. Jorginho again with the ball. Just looking and prowling and seeing if he can find an opening. Odegaard gets the ball back now. Arsenal just maintaining possession. And as I said, in this instance, Bayer's just not pressing. We're seeing, oh, look, sloppiness again. Come on. Saliba and Odegaard that time. Saliba, just take your time here. No rush. Saliba advances with the ball now. He's a runner into the final third. Use it. It's difficult, man. When you see defenders run with the ball like that at their feet, they've got to know what they're doing with it. They've got to have a plan. Because normally when they see that long run from the back, they normally lose possession, which on the counter-attack means you're missing a defender. This is why managers don't really like those runs. If you can do something with it, great, but don't lose the ball. Bayern Munich all over the place now. Look. How have you let him beat you? Who was that? Is that Kivior? How have you let him beat you like that? Great tackle. It's a penalty. Penalty to Bayern Munich. Yeah, penalty to Bayern Munich. My God.
And this Harry Kane with his customary bloody penalty.
Yeah, it's a clear penalty, William Saliba. Oh God! Turn into.
I mean, Kivior gets done.
I don't know what Kivior was doing.
And
yeah, how are you behind the attacker and then he ends up behind you with the ball? How? How are you behind the attacker and then he gets behind you with the ball? How? This is awful defending by Arsenal.
Raya better save that penalty.
Number one defence in the Premier League, barely let a shot on target, and they've just, in the first half an hour, they're all over the place, Arsenal. Honestly, really, really bad performance. Oh,
And that's such a bad challenge by Saliba, man. It is, oh, Harry
terrible.
freaking Kane, man.
Terrible. Yeah, I agree, Bertram. I thought Tomiyasu should have started. Kevios had his run. I get it, but I wouldn't have started him in this game. I would have started Tomiyasu.
I don't know why.
I would have started Partey as well, to be honest.
Yeah, it's an easy one for Harry Kane.
Of course, it's the only way he can score against Arsenal from the penalty spot.
Yeah. That's awful. Arsenal have dominated in this game and they're 2-1 down. It's the worst possible result that you could hope for. That's a Champions League for you, though, guys. That's what it is.
Do you know what, Apollo? It doesn't even matter if it's the Champions League. If you defend with nonsense, this is what happens.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what league you're playing in or what competition you're playing in. If you defend with nonsense, Kiwior gets beat. Where's the midfield covering? How is that guy allowed to run all that way? It can't happen like that. It really can't.
I mean, what you just saw is the weakness in Jorginho's game. It's like he's really cool at tempo, managing the game, but if he's getting overrun in the midfield, he cannot do anything about it. Like that would never happen to Partey.
Harry Kane just took the mick with that penalty, man. Raya had gone about 3 months early.
Yeah, Raya went early, and here they come again. This time Raya comes out.
The first time you're ever ahead of all of us, Apollo, and this is what happens, man.
Yeah.
In the meantime, England and Ireland have kicked off again.
I think I'm going to start watching that with Ebony.
What is it? Rugby?
No,
women's football.
Oh, women's football. Okay. It's really strange for them to put an international game on like that with Champions League. You don't normally see that, do you? Yeah, I mean, this is, if you're Arsenal now, you're just shell-shocked. You dominated the game,
sloppy defending.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear the Emirates crowd has just gone silent.
You just gifted them 2 goals. They haven't looked like scoring apart from the fact that we've just gifted them the first goal and then gifted them a penalty.
Yeah.
But how can that... Oh.
Yeah.
But you know what? Listen, the true test of a team is how they, when they're against the wall, how they react. It's all right when you're shutting people out, but when you start conceding goals, you got to go back the other way and you got to make it right. So this is a true test of a team, innit?
This is not good at all, man.
I'll put it this way: we've got 47 minutes, 2 minutes at the end of this game, at the end of this half, and 45 minutes at the second. So I'm hoping that we'll get back. In the meantime, it's still 2-0 to England.
Well, really difficult for me to comment on what's going on. It's just right now, like I said, you need the leaders, you need Odegaard, you need Jorginho, you need Declan Rice to just try and get something going in this game. Here come Arsenal again. Havertz is to get the ball. He squared it. It goes as handball. Here's Saka. I thought that was handball. And Arsenal are on the back foot again. What are you doing? They're on the back foot again. What are you doing? That's a great tackle. Who was that? That was Ben White. Arsenal nearly went 3-1 down.
Christ.
It's just like they're getting caught napping.
It's a good job. It's a good job I haven't subscribed to TNT. Christ almighty.
It's what it is. What it is happening is because we suppress teams so high.
Yeah.
If you get the quality midfielders who are looking to make those runs behind you, and believe me, they've got some quality players in there. That's all they're really doing. They're just trying to tee us off.
That's it. When you're pressing high, and if they get it, they know the game plan is they nick the ball, knock it over the top, and that's it.
Yeah, quick runner. That's all it is. They're looking for. He's looking to make that quick run over the top every single time. That's a great tackle there by Ben White. That's an absolute brilliant tackle by Ben White.
I mean, on that break there, it's like Ben White's got to go and head that first of all.
And let's be fair, you can't play like that unless you've got the quality to do so. When you've got someone in the middle like that who can pick a pass, you know, then you can play that ball. Ball comes in, there's the header. Gabriel miles wide. Yeah.
You know, their game plan is very simple. Nick the ball, knock it over the top. They're leaving one man high. They've got runners. Why didn't Gabriel take that on his chest, man? He's not going to score from a header from the edge of the box.
Yeah, I think the free kick actually should have been delivered a little bit closer to the box.
Yeah, you want it about penalty spot. Get them running towards it.
Are we attacking with caution?
No, the attacking's good. It's just the mistakes at the back defensively. And Kivior, I don't know why he started. I mean, really, I'd put Tomiyasu on. I would take Kivior off.
I agree with Cranky. We are. We said Party and Tommy need to come on at half time.
Yeah. And G saying shocking defense today against a team ready to lose. Strange. Kivior looks like a bag of nerves.
He needs to come off for the second half.
You know, those are what you have to remember is your manager has had faith in you, so he's put you on in a massive, huge. This is the biggest European night in 14 years for Arsenal Football Club. This is the biggest night in 14 years, and so your manager, imagine the trust he must have to have in you to put you on the field in a game of this magnitude, and then that's what you go and do. You can't have it. You just can't. Down. I'm sorry. He's let him down, exactly.
I think right now Kivior is one of those players that you bring in in the dying minutes of the game. You don't bring him on a game like tonight.
Well done, Martin Odegaard. Fantastic. Arsenal win the ball now, bringing it back. Declan Rice through the middle. We've got Martinelli. Martinelli on the left. Yeah, I'm not sure we would have gone with.
That's it.
I mean, look at that, Martinelli. Oh. Yeah, we lose it again. Vincey, shout out to you, bro. Said Stan, is the Emirates a playground all of a sudden? That's a free.
Do you know what? Sometimes Martinelli just looks like a 6 million buy from the Brazilian second division.
It's because, look, like I said, he's great. If you're playing with abandon, Theo Walcott style, then he's your guy. But if you're looking for creativity, he isn't your guy. He just isn't, and he never has been. You just look at his assist numbers. He just can't spot a pass. And in a team like this, and the problem when you've got a Trossard playing on the left, when you've got a Jesus, when you've got those guys who can do, create and go past players, and then it really does make a difference. And that's why, for me, he would be an impact player. For me, Trossard or Jesus should be starting in this game. Emerson saying, not going to plan, guys. Shocking the defending in the first goal and not sure what was going on with the penalty. Yeah, it's just, if you looked at the penalty, Jorginho makes a tackle and actually gets in contact with the ball, but then Saliba goes in for a lunge and makes contact. It's a stone cold penalty. Vince is saying playing into Bailey's hand. Yeah, it is. It's the experience. We're playing right into their hands. But
see, this is the thing as well, Apollo. You know, the game management from the Arteta has to come into it. You know, if the way that you're playing is not conducive to the actual game that your opponents are playing, you have to change it.
Yeah. Pro Lover, I haven't seen you in a while, Pro Lover. I hope you're doing well, bro, and I hope you're supporting the channel. He says, is Cranky Bertram? Cam says, yes, that's Bertram. Yeah, it is. That's Bertram.
So even people know Bertram, even if when he changes his name, he ain't been here for a while.
Yeah, but listen, I want you guys to support Bertrand because he's about to launch his own YouTube channel where he's just talking about a lot of stuff, sports around the world, little bit here and there. Here comes Arsenal on the right-hand side. Triangles being played with Saka and Odegaard. No Ben White. Ben White joins the party now, and it's a throw into Arsenal. Stylist says experience means so much. Bro, you know what, Stylist? You saw Porto over 2 legs in the last round. That's got to answer your question. That's got to tell you everything you need to know about how much experience counts in this competition. And, Bayer doesn't even have any fans in the stadium. This is all Arsenal tonight. You're playing in a full crowd. You're playing at home. You're on a fantastic streak in your own league. You're top of the league. And you've come in here, and so far, you've laid an egg.
Beck means come off for England.
The only good thing, guys, is there's no away goals. So this means nothing, really. If you get another 2 or 3 goals tonight, it means nothing. Corner, there's a corner! Oh!
Apollo, you get so excited, man. I can't take it when you're ahead of us.
Yeah.
When you're ahead of us, I can't take it.
I love it.
It's only smiling. Look.
Oh, it comes off. It looks like it's Havertz's shoulder. Is that right? No, Havertz and Gabriel kind of get caught up. Oh, I'm having kittens here, guys, man.
The referee give us free kick anyway.
I've been a season ticket holder, guys, since the 2007 when the stadium opened. All of these nights when we lost 5-1 and all these Champions League, I was there for every single one of them. It runs deep inside of my bones, man. I'm feeling really, really nervous right now. That's a foul, ref. He's shoved in the back. Eric Dyer, who does not know how to play football.
How is in that Bayern Munich team? I don't know.
Yeah.
Shoot. Oh, God. Good defense.
The thing is, they're on their worst run ever. That's a lovely touch, Saka. Play. Why haven't you gone the easy route? Why hasn't Saka done the... that is just sloppy. You got the pass there to Odegaard. Just put the ball back. You maintain possession. Instead, Saka decides to keep the ball when he's 2 against 1. G says a defensive disaster with a full crowd behind us is just unacceptable. Getting carried away and forgetting defensive duties is inexcusable and is proving costly now. Pro Lover says, yeah, we miss you, bro. We miss you, man. Hope everything is going well back home. Hope everything is good. Hope the family is good. Here's Saliba now.
Look, get out of your half, England. Get out of your half.
Look, it's 43 minutes and 50 seconds gone. They just need to get into halftime and regroup. Yeah,
and bring on Partey and Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is really, everybody thought Thomas Partey was going to start tonight instead of Jorginho. And I probably think that would have been the right thing to do. I would have started Tomiyasu and Partey.
You got to hook Martinelli as well.
Yeah.
It's a waste of a space, man.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't take him off yet because you've made your bed and so you got to lie in it a little bit with that situation. But so keep him on and then maybe after 60 minutes put Trossard on. Really poor by Arsenal.
Trossard should be playing from day one.
Yeah, he should be, man. He should be. He just gives you so much of creativity. He knows what to do with the ball. He knows how to make those runs. He knows to find the pockets. He knows what to do. This is a disaster, and all of our rival fans are loving this. Andy on the chat, the Spurs fan, is going nuts right now. I'm not even reading the messages. Tony's probably picking up some of the messages. He is absolutely going nuts. He's threading every single thing he can do because he can't believe his luck. And not just that, he's God and Savior Harry Kane, who's left him, has scored a penalty at the Emirates Stadium today.
Again.
Look at Kivior. Kivior was all over the place.
Oh, come on, mate. Don't go keep like that.
Kivior is all over the place.
Kivior needs to come off.
Yeah, he just looks too nervous, man. Yeah, you know what, Arteta, sometimes you get them right and sometimes you get them wrong. The key to a good manager is accepting that you've got it wrong and then adjusting it at half time. As much as we bashed Unai Emery when he was at Arsenal for making those halftime substitutions, you make those substitutions because you're admitting to yourself that you got it wrong. Yeah, that's why you're doing it. And there's nothing wrong with that. What is wrong is if you know it's wrong, you can't admit it to yourself, and then you go out in the second half with the same issues that you had in the first half. So
he'll bring Zinchenko on. Watch.
Oh, please.
I can see it happening.
Yeah, I don't think that's a game for Zinchenko here.
I don't know either.
Right, it's halftime, guys. Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 2. It's a disastrous scoreline. For me, Arsenal have got their tails up against the wall now. The German side have come in there with one plan and they've executed. They've not even done any running. They've not even done the work. And they've really, in fairness to Arsenal, you've not shown any of this ineptness defensively all year. You just haven't. So it's a shock and a surprise that we're seeing these ridiculous mistakes. We were dominated in the early stages and we're shell-shocked. We really are. 2 shots, 2 goals for Bayern Munich. Terrible performance. Tony, Gary, Ebony, can you give us your analysis? I'm just going to go and get a drink.
Absolutely shocking defending. I just, you've got to be smart. You're not playing Muppets, and all that's the way that we want to play. It works in the Premier League, but the opposition that you're up against, they've worked it out. They're no interest in playing football or playing through you, like we saw Brighton trying to do. They're just knocking it long. They've got runners going in behind, and that's how they're beating us. The first goal, I don't know. Listen, I don't know why Raya even needs to come because Gabriel's there. There's no opposing player. He gets too close to Gabriel. But when Gabriel turns, I mean, at this level, if you can't knock a 10-yard pass to your teammate, something's wrong. When you're under no pressure. And the second goal, Kivior gets turned. Where's the defensive midfielder? Who's backing him up? And then Saliba gives away a clumsy challenge penalty. And of course, Harry Kane, I said before, is he going to get his customary penalty? And that's every time this guy plays at the ground, we give him an easy opportunity to score.
Well, I'm not even watching the game. And I'm just following commentary from you guys. And I'm just hearing sloppy defending. And just, I mean, Kivior, like I said, he's the kind of player that comes on in the dying minutes of any game.
I know, because but Kivior's been doing okay, but then he gets taken out of the team for 2 games and then thrown back in. That kind of doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
take him out for 2 games and then throw him back in.
You got to keep on playing him so that his confidence builds up.
In that run of games that he had, when Zinchenko was injured, he played really well, and he was the main reason why we kept so many clean sheets.
Yeah.
But then you take him out for 2 games, and then in the game of importance, you throw him back in after he hasn't played for the last 2 weeks.
In a game like this, you need Tommy, you need Partey, you need Trossard as well.
Martinelli is another one. Hasn't started, but today you start him.
Yeah.
Been out injured, hasn't started, looks way off the pace. Even more so than he normally does. I just don't. To be honest, I don't understand how he started over Jesus. But we've got another. Listen, we've got 45 minutes to pull it out the fire. Hopefully, Arteta's in that dressing room giving them hell, and they come out.
I'll be as well. I'll be yanking off Kivior, Martinelli. I will not.
You might need to, Ebony. You might need to rephrase that last sentence.
Which one, Martinelli?
No, the first bit you said.
But if Kivior isn't playing well and he's being turned inside out, it's like, bro, off you go.
No, mate, you're right.
Oh God, England could have scored a third goal. Yeah, I'm just following your commentary, and I'm not liking what I'm hearing, particularly in defence.
No, it's.
And sometimes, as a defender, you've got to be very careful.
You know what I think? I think we've played a certain way. We push up, we condense, but when you get found out, you have to think. Well, look, they found us out. Can we revert to a different way of playing that's going to be more solid? So you, instead of the high centre backs, everyone in the half or on the halfway line, you just drop them back a bit deeper, which means any ball that's played over the top has more of a chance of running through to the keeper, or the keeper can sweep the edge of his box. But when you've got such a high line on the halfway line or just in their half, that ball gets played over and they've got a runner coming from deep. He's already picked up the ball halfway inside the Arsenal half.
It sounds like Bayern have just come to defend.
I mean, listen, they the first sort of 7-8 minutes, Bayern were in the ascendancy, but then Arsenal took control, went 1-0 up, and we didn't look in any trouble. Even when Bayern was in the ascendancy, we didn't look in any trouble.
Yeah,
but we just created our own masters of our own downfall. I don't know. Tony's popped off, but I'm going to ask him what's a better word than sloppy, because whatever's worse than sloppy is what we've been.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
What's happening here? Let's have a look in the chat.
And welcome back. Thank you, Victor.
Everyone loves you, Ebony. Ebony's got the most admirers on this channel.
The issue is a centre back have been told to move up the pitch. And this is an issue. This is like a really, really, really. Apollo. This is the problem with defenders moving up the pitch. Sometimes, if you leave that gap open, you have problems. That's why, like the old-fashioned defenders are supposed to defend.
I just think you've got to go with a game plan. You want to be solid in the first sort of little bit of the game, first sort of 15-20 minutes, and we was that, and then all of a sudden we just decided just to F it up ourselves. Bayern didn't even need to be good. It's not like we've been ripped apart and blitzed off the pitch. Kivior gets turned, just drag the man down, give away a free kick on the halfway line. All right, take a yellow card. You're going to get hooked at half time. I don't know why Raya is where he is when that ball gets played. Gabriel's in control. Raya should see that and hold his position. Rice gets caught ball watching. Saliba's doesn't come across quick enough, and Ben White can't get to Gnabry.
Well, this is partly the reason why Raya hasn't convinced me at all. Because if that was Ramsdale would have seen that long time.
I think once that ball's played through, Raya comes and he stops. And once he stops, he makes it easy for Gnabry. I always say to my son, if you're going to come, you come all the way.
Yeah.
Don't come and stop. Come all the way and make the save, make the block, come out sliding. And when he gets turned down, I mean, look, Jorginho hasn't got the legs to get back, but he's allowed to run all that way. I don't know, man. Yeah, Jorginho gets a nice touch on the ball.
Yeah.
Gabriel can't tackle because he's too far away, and Saliba just steps across him. And do you know what? It's a lucky that Ben White was there, because he would have got sent off.
What's this? Cranky say, let me in.
Apollo's not here, Stan. He'll be back in a minute. Mr. Cox, Apollo, where you at?
Stan is already in. Stan's in.
Oh, you're in. You're in, Stan. Hey, there he is.
Hi, Stan.
Bless up, Benno.
I'm just listening to the commentary, and for the second goal, for their penalty, it sounds like Raya was at fault, and who else was at fault? The defense was at fault.
So the manager is at fault. Why do I say that? First of all, that's the same thing happened in the Madrid game against City, by the way, because I'm watching both games simultaneously. And when you have skillful, quick, offensive players, you may have you don't have any Haaland you're playing against where you just body him up and physical, even though he's quick. These are quick, nimble players, and you have a left back who's like Titanic and can't turn. That's ridiculous. And he got taken out the last game just because of that, because he was struggling. He can't turn, he can't run. The ball is a bad pass by Gabriel, but he was still stretching it like the Titanic. He can't move. He's athletically challenged. I've always been saying this, and you guys boots up Kyria about how great he is. Yes, he's a center back. So when the ball is in the air or in his vicinity, yes. But put him on an island, he's going to struggle. Can't play on an island. Cannot play on an island. And that's exactly what happened. Sane smiled, licking his lips, saying, I enjoy you doing this for me, Arteta, because he's on an island with me. I'm just going to run by him. He's quicker than anybody we have in our defense. So as Gary's saying, you got to play more strategically. You have to give him a little more room. The second goal came from we were in the half of their half. So if the ball is played over the top, they won't be offside because they're in their own half.
Mm-hmm.
You can't play it exactly that way given the facts and circumstances of this game when they have 4 very, very good offensive players. So if their midfield or defense can get them the ball in dangerous positions, we're going to be challenged. And we don't respect Bayern, obviously, or we're naive. So Kyria should not be on the field in the first place. Sorry, he should not be on the field.
I agree.
I actually...
And Jorginho should not be playing instead of Partey because Partey is not injured. Because Jorginho can't play the ball over the top. Jorginho can't dip his shoulder. He can play the ball between the lines, but not as frequently as Partey. He can't get away from his markers. He can't cover enough space as Partey. That's not. I get frustrated to this nonsense. What is so complex about that? What's
I think when we were talking about the team sheets, Bertram, I don't know if you heard us. They were saying about Kyria, and I actually said I would have gone with Tommy over Kyria, but I didn't actually have a problem with Kyria starting. But I think with what you said, Arsenal have been a bit too blasé here, and they just haven't respected some of the players that Bayern have got. When you're playing like in the Premier League, you know pretty much what you're going to face. So, Brentford are going to knock the ball long, look to get Tony, flick on this, that, and the other. Brighton are going to try and play out from the keeper, beat the press, and then go from there. But here, these lot are a different kettle of fish because they're just sitting deep, knocking the ball long or through on the ground over the back of our defenders, and they've got runners coming from deep who are never going to be offside. So you need to hold your line a little bit.
In our defense. I mean, Sane is quicker than anybody in our defense. That's not debatable, right? Before he had his ACL, he was probably even quicker before he's had an ACL injury. So it's a little bit frustrating not to manager to make those strategic decisions to give himself the best chance to win. There's no way Kyria should be playing this game. I'm sorry. You can in the game right now, he's trying to body Sane, and Sane is trying to spin off him, and when he spins off him, he's gone. I would have pulled Kyria after 25 minutes. I just realized that the matchup is not good. The matchup is not good for us, and he has to change that. He may bring in Jesus, and he may bring in... I would expect Tommy, Jesus, and Partey to come in. Because I think Martinelli's still rusty. I didn't mind Martinelli starting, to be frank. But I had a problem with Jorginho starting and with Kyria starting. Because I know Atletico Kyria is challenged, and he would not be able to stay up with Sane. Or even if we have Gnabry on the other side. And I know that Jorginho... The last game he played against Brighton, the game was played around him. Because Brighton is young, quick, and nimble. And we're seeing not the same thing today because we're dominating possession. But Jorginho can't react fast enough. So let's see what the manager does at halftime, actually. Let's see what he does at halftime. He's not the best game manager. I've said that forever. So we'll see what he does.
Yeah, I did mention that.
Some late substitutions, very late substitutions.
Yeah, but when did you get changed?
About 2 minutes ago.
What the hell?
All right, guys. I come back when the game is done. I'm ahead of you guys, so that's why I'm staying out because I want to react. I'm ahead of Apollo, by the way.
Okay.
If that's possible, but yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll be back.
Well, Zinchenko, I told you Zinchenko was on, didn't I? I told you he'd bring Zinchenko on.
Yeah, guys, I'm back in the background. I'm just taking my medication.
Why? Why?
I knew he'd bring Zinchenko on.
Zinchenko is not a defender. He's more of a winger, an attacking winger at that. The best
I
chance
vote. I'll set her out.
No.
Yeah, I'm going. I'll set her out right now. I'm starting the campaign.
Maybe you gone to a lucky red. Well, I'm hope. Listen, it's not Arteta out for me. You know.
No, I'm only kidding. Yeah, I don't know why he's brought Zinchenko on. That's even worse. Sane's even now. He's loving it even more.
Our chance to win a European trophy for the first time in 30 years. Oh, mate. It's like you bring in a game like this, you bring on Tommy.
I don't know what Arteta's saying. So Greg says, "Fat Freddie Morrison experience has been the difference tonight. Mustafi tackling from Saliba and poor from Gabby and Raya." I don't know if Mustafi would have made that challenge, Greg.
Oh. What's this?
And Bayern come again. Sane against Zinchenko. There's only one winner here, and look, Zinchenko turns the wrong way, and Sane plays the ball. He had two Bayern players running, and he played it behind them. Otherwise, we was deep in trouble. But Zinchenko, he runs backwards, and then he turns completely with his back towards Sane. Who defends like that?
This is why you bring on Tommy.
What is this guy doing, man? He's brought on Zinchenko, right? So he can go inverted to help the midfield. But why wouldn't you just bring on Thomas Partey?
Sometimes.
Exactly, Stan, exactly. Zinchenko cannot defend. And we just saw that in the first time Sane runs at him. He turns with his back. He can't even see where Sane is.
This is why I say that Zinchenko is a better defensive player. He's not a defender. Meanwhile, it's 2-0, still 2-0 to England. Good catch by the England goalkeeper.
You know what, Greg? Yeah, we went 1-0 up and we're 2-1 down currently, but it's Champions League football, mate. You know, this could have happened in any Premier League game. You know, against Brentford, we was 1-0 up, and then we could have gone down. You know, Tony, we went 1-1, didn't we? And then Tony Ramsdale makes the save from Tony. Could have been 2-1. You know, so it happens in football. But what I believe that you've got to do, you have to make the team fight for everything that they're going to get, not just gift them stuff. And right now, we've just gifted them 2 easy goals.
Our European heritage is on show tonight. Well, can't believe we went 1-0 up, then shat the bed. Oh dear.
Right, guys, I didn't miss anything. I've been here all the time. Emerson saying could be a bad mistake by playing Zinni instead of Tomiyasu. We must have done it for a reason.
You know what? He's trying to beef up the midfield, Apollo. So he's thinking, bring Zinchenko on, let him go inverted, and we got an extra body in midfield. But that's the thing. We're not losing the game in midfield. They're knocking the ball over the top of us or round the back of our centre backs on the floor, and they've got runners coming from deep.
Here comes Arsenal. Here comes Martinelli on the left-hand side. He crosses the ball in. Oh, why didn't you hit it? Odegaard dummies the ball. Instead, he runs over it. I'm not sure why he done that. I'm struggling to see why he done that. Declan Rice is having a horrible game today. And it's one, but that's better from Declan Rice. He's on the left-hand side. It's 3 against 1. He gets tripped. It's a free kick to Arsenal. Unfamiliar territory for Arsenal, this is. The last time they were losing a game was in the FA Cup against Liverpool in January.
When you're losing the game in defence, you bring on a defensive player. And it sounds like we're losing the game in defence.
No, it looks old, man. He must have been about 107 now, hasn't he?
Here comes a corner from Declan. No, it's a free kick from Declan Rice. Remember, guys, Arsenal 19 goals from set pieces.
Take one now, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Here's a delivery. Oh, what was Declan Rice doing? So that was not the best delivery you've seen from Declan Rice, who normally has been automatic. Sorry, guys, I've got to finish off my dumpling. Yeah, I don't like eating on the job, but here you go. Here comes Arsenal again. As soon as I said Declan Rice is struggling, he's just had another recovery interception.
Yeah, that was a simple one, though, man. Pass right to him.
We just need to be smarter in possession. Just keep ball. The longer we have the ball...
Bayern are just sitting deep. Bayern are just sitting deep now, waiting for the mistake, and then they could knock it long.
That's what they're doing. They've come to defend. It sounds like.
Martinelli, go away, man. Go away, Martinelli. Honestly, this guy. Would you sell or keep Martinelli, Apollo?
I keep him because he's a fantastic impact player. You want him running at tired legs after 70 minutes. It's we've seen how good he can be and how lethal he can be when everybody's tired. But if you want creativity, he's just not going to give it to you. Remember, when he started the season, we had, 2 goals in 20 games? That's 1 goal in every 10 games for a winger. You couldn't... you active.
Zinchenko, another one.
Time ago.
I would definitely sell Zinchenko, man.
Again, he's another one I wouldn't sell because you need a squad. Cost us 30 million. He's no longer a starter in this team, is he?
No.
So, you use and abuse the squad.
I would have substituted him. I would have substituted him off after that ball that he just played.
We've got to be smart here in the midfield. Declan Rice loses the ball. Zinchenko's got the ball now. So it's Zinchenko managing the pace of the ball. What this does is it allows now Odegaard, who normally pivots the ball and controls the tempo in the middle. Ben White with a silly ball over from Martinelli. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know what that... Ben White, what was that ball? Odegaard now comes back and wins it back. Well played, captain. Well played. So as I said, with Zinchenko controlling the ball in the midfield, that now allows Odegaard to give Saka much more support, and on the final third, allows Odegaard to go in there and make those runs. Now we've got an extra man in the midfield. And here we go, something Arteta felt he probably needed. It's poor play there by Odegaard.
Catch it.
How does he turn like that?
My 78-year-old mum can do a better job than Zinchenko. I'm not even joking. Unless after a plate of hard food. But as Apollo said, we should keep him because we do need the squad. Oh my goodness. Empty goal. And Ireland couldn't get there quick enough.
Here comes Martinelli on the left-hand side again. Same old biscuit from the same biscuit tin. You're not gonna get much from him on the left side. Lovely ball in the middle. Zinchenko crosses the ball, but Havertz is being marked by Dyer.
If you can't get away from Dyer, you shouldn't be playing
yellow
football.
card here. Harry Kane's gonna get booked. Harry Kane gonna get booked. If I was VAR, I'd have a look at this because if that's an elbow, it's a red card. Is it an elbow? It's an elbow, but it's an accidental one. So it was the right card. It's a yellow card.
Was it accidental though?
Is there such a thing as an accidental elbow?
No, you know what? Yes, there is. Because if you're going back in one motion, then that's just a nominal decision. But if you pull back and then wind it up and pull back, then that's intent.
That cross that Zinchenko put in, that's where you want Havertz getting across that's right in the throat, you know. That is right in the throat. And Harry Kane sees him coming. That's an elbow. He sees him coming and then the arm goes back and that's right in the throat.
Yeah, it's a yellow, mate, but it's not a red. Because the elbow was always going in one direction. He didn't wind it back. He didn't pull it forward and then wind it back. So that's a yellow for me. That was the right call from the referee.
He's looking at him, Apollo. He's looking at him, and then the elbow goes back.
Doing. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. That's why he's been booked. He knows what he's doing. He's trying to be smart about it. Trying to be the wily old cat.
England on the back foot right now. Okay.
Great ball. That's unlucky from Zinchenko. Zinchenko's got to know, though. Look, they're on it again. Zinchenko's got to know, though, when you're playing those balls and you lose, they're going to come at you. And this is what they're doing again. This is how they've scored all their goals. And their shots just gone wide. But this is the game plan. You get sloppy in the midfield. They move the ball quickly in the midfield in a counter-attack, and they try and pull a fast one on you. It's the old rope-a-dope Muhammad Ali move all over again. That's all it is.
See, Zinchenko's trying to play the ball through the lines, but from too far away. But one ball there takes out three Arsenal players, and then we're on the back foot. And Martinelli just jumped over the ball there. Instead of attacking, or was it Havertz? Just jumped over the ball. Before the shot, Apollo. It was Martinelli. Just before the shot, he jumped over the ball. What's he jumping over the ball for?
Awful performance, man. Not a good performance. You've got literally over half an hour to make up for it.
You know, but we were saying, weren't we, the other day, Odegaard played a full 95 minutes. Havertz played.
That's a good tackle by Zinchenko. Okay, so that's what Kivior should have done. Good by Zinchenko there. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Come on, Arsenal. Let's get busy, man.
Saka. Oh, Saka's done him. Oh, no, that was not bad. Not bad defended there. And Arsenal win it back. Arsenal win it back. That's Jorginho. Oh, it's a free kick to Arsenal. It's tripped Saka. Movement is just too fast for Bayern Munich. Really, Arsenal should be cruising. That's another yellow card from Bayern Munich. I think he misses the return leg now. That's Lema.
Yeah, he was on a yellow card, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a yellow card. So he misses the return game. Saka was gone, bro.
Alphonso Davies is too quick. Saka's not going to run him.
Yellow's got the G says yellow for Kane. Get this audacious scumbag sent off. No more reds for elbows. No. It wasn't a red, mate. It wasn't a red. Right, who's going to take this one? Odegaard. This is shooting range really for Havertz and Odegaard. They're in
Havertz
shooting
won't take
range.
this one. That's to be Odegaard from here.
No, it's a silly. What was that? What was that? Oh, what was that? That was awful. That was awful. Oh, it was awful. And here comes Bayer once again. Oh, it's a good tackle there. It was Martinelli who gets the tackle in. That's much better. What the hell ball was that? Was that Gabriel? Was that Gabriel that just done that?
What the hell ball was that?
You've got Saliba and White about 10, 20 yards on your left, and you go and play it through 3 black shirts and lose possession. What on earth was he thinking? Oh my God, Gabriel. What on earth were you thinking? Oh, they're getting sliced open here. Is that offside? Oh, he's got past him. It's a good tackle from Jorginho. But Jorginho gives the ball away. And it gets blasted over the bar. Wow. Okay, so Arsenal's press play has not been good. It's not been good. They are so sloppy coming out of the backfield. Not good. Not good.
The whole performance hasn't been good. Not one single player.
Well, since Zinchenko's come on, he's looked really sharp. He's played 3 dangerous passes into the final third, and he's made 2 good tackles on the back end. There's another great ball from Zinchenko. Go on, Odegaard. Go on. Go on. Shoot. Oh, it gets blocked. And that was all because of Zinchenko. That's why Arteta Dunn made the sub. That's why I said to come on, Arsenal. No, Saka loses the ball. No, he loses the ball. Arsenal really pressing with abandon here. They're completely crushing Bayer with the press. See, that's why Zinchenko came on, ladies and gentlemen. In the second half, he's been a delight. He's definitely influenced this game.
That was a terrible shot by Martinelli anyway.
Great ball from Saka into the right-hand side. That was Jorginho. Cross comes in. That's deflected, and it's going to go to the goalkeeper. Saka's hurt. Saka's hobbling.
I'm telling you, Saka's not fully fit, man. He hasn't really been involved in this game. He scored the goal, yes, but apart from that, he hasn't not been involved in the game. It's Trossard time.
Yeah, I think so. One-touch football needed to win this game. I totally agree. G says this is not a game for Rice to be flapping around up the pitch. It's where the lack of a proper 8 hurts us a lot. Yeah, yes and no.
Let's go.
Here comes Odegaard, really trying to manage this game. Zinchenko won the ball again. Zinchenko doing so much damage with the ball, and he's looking for something again. And that's a great pass in from Zinchenko. Is that a penalty? No, Havertz went over too easily. But again, the ball comes in from guess who? Zinchenko. Really looking to open up that Bayern Munich defense. Has done a fantastic job since he's been on the field. Here it comes again. Was it a penalty? No, it wasn't. It's probably a yellow card for Havertz, really. He sticks the leg out looking for it. And normally you get booked trying to do something like that. He's lucky there. But then my point is that's 4 final third penetrating balls coming from Zinchenko there. And Zinchenko actually wins a free kick by falling over an attacker, which is quite funny. Zinchenko, really, here he is on the ball again. That's another great ball from Zinchenko. Wins the corner. Zinchenko's just really lighting it up now. Gary's lost for words, which is why you're not hearing any commentary from him. Zinchenko
No,
really...
I was just thinking to myself, why did Havertz go down? He was in acres of space. He could have turned. He could have had a shot. And I'm just thinking, why?
Yeah, I agree. Zinchenko with the throw-in.
You know, he's got to make some changes because this is going nowhere fast, man.
Yeah. Oh, this guy running at the Arsenal defense has just looked absolutely dangerous all game. One go, one stay. Yeah. Gnabry's blasted it over the bar on that one. Sorry, I was off. What happened to Tony Cox?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. That's a weird
1 minute he was there, next minute he was gone.
I wonder if he's got his boxing thing to do. I don't think so. Is it Tuesday night? I don't think his boxing thing is on Tuesday night. So Kingsley Coman, who's the guy, Leroy Sané is coming
Look at
up.
that play, man. Look, honestly, Bayern they're breaking with Gnabry and Sané, and they've just gone right the way through Arsenal in 2 passes.
Yeah. He's been running at us all day.
I like Kingsley Coman, man. I think he's an excellent player.
Trossard's on, and that's exactly what we would have done, but we would have done it at half time.
Yeah.
Jorginho, Jorginho's going off for Jesus. We're playing 2 up front now. Or we might be going to a back 3, and Zinchenko takes that midfield role in the double pivot. I think we're going to back 3 here. I think this could be a back 3. Yeah. I think we're playing a 5. I think we're playing a 3-5-2 at the moment. Yeah, that's right. We are. Zinchenko there again. Not so much the inverted, but more so the double pivot. Zinchenko moves into the midfield. Nice little pass in here. Jesus on the field gives us another runner. And he makes he's look, there he's on the ball now. Gets the ball, he's in the penalty area. With his tricks. This is what he needs. It's a good substitution, this. Declan Rice! It's blocked. Don't foul him. Good substitutions, that, Mikel. Arsenal just... Oh, my God. Here comes Bayer breaking again. They are absolutely breaking with an abandon against Arsenal here. They're just... it shows the quality of the team, right? They are a quality team. And when they break, they slice Arsenal open. When they break, they slice us open. Harry Kane, was that a deflection? Was that a corner?
Why are you not sliding on the keeper there? Neuer took an eternity. He's got to slide.
Bayer's got a lot of problems with some of the look. Gnabry, who's not been fit, he's injured. He looks like he's coming off. He's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, Bayern are not really interested in playing football like this tiki-taka business. 1, 2, 3 passes, get down to the goal as quick as possible, have a shot.
He scores against his old club as well. In Arsenal. It looks like Gnabry is hurt. He just got him back. He's getting some treatment on the pitch, but it doesn't look good.
Who's this?
Back in 2 secs.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's one of those. Cam says crumbling under pressure. Someone just tell them we are playing Manchester City. And here comes Gnabry. He's coming off. Is he going to be subbed off? It looks like he's. I'll be honest. It looks like he's cramping up. Yeah, he's coming off, and Guerrero comes on. Gnabry, of course, the goal scorer. Yeah. Here we go. Bayer with the corner. And it's cleared by Havertz.
See, Havertz hasn't had a good game today. He hasn't held the ball up. He hasn't been involved. He hasn't done the dirty work.
I don't think has Rice played well? Not really.
No, the drop off's been quite insane.
Man City, Real Madrid, United, City equalised. City equalise. And that's Foden, Phil Foden. Oh, he's offside. Okay. Zinchenko played the offside trap there. He looked like he lost him a little bit, but...
You know, Saka's not involved.
Have we even had a shot on goal in this half?
Nah.
Zinchenko's been fantastic. You can see Havertz now here. He's pulled out to the left. Trossard now on the ball. Trossard, just a lot better player. Great pass by Trossard into Jesus. He had all the space in the world and really should have had a shot, but it comes to Saka. Jesus missed his opportunity. Cross comes in. Oh, Jesus, golden opportunity to pull the trigger there. He really doesn't understand how much space he's got. And that's what it comes down to, really. Zinchenko, golden opportunity for... This is the difference between Alexis Sanchez and a Jesus. Like, you're just so inept at pulling the trigger. It's like you're firing blanks. Every time he's in a position to have a shot and use his ability to hit the ball, he just doesn't do it. He's so gun shy. It's unbelievable. He'd be twice the player as a striker if he would just hit the damn ball. Kai Havertz, great defending by Kai Havertz. That's the third time he's done that today. Gary said he hasn't had a good game. I think he's played all right. Especially with this situation, especially when he's dropping back and helping the midfield defensively. He just does it so effectively. Good ball from Saka to Jesus. Saka. Oh, is that Ben White with a really poor ball over to Saka?
Only 3 attempts on target. Shocking.
Eric Dyer's gone down, just playing around.
But when that ball's played to Saka, it's overhit. But where is Jesus or Havertz behind him? They're nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're nowhere to be seen. So Jesus has lost the ball, and like Havertz he's not making that run to make the extra person. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's miles away. So even if the ball is played past Saka, we should have another player there. Man City are now winning 3-2.
City scored. Yep. City's just scored. away from home against Real Madrid. Wow. What a turnaround.
But that's what Man City as a team, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
they can be out of the game for long periods, but when they get into it, they're deadly. And that's what sets them apart.
And this is the experience that we lack. We just lack experience. That's all it is. I mean,
I don't even think I can't even say it's experience, Apollo.
yeah, I can, because it's been 14 years since we got back at this stage. It's definitely that, mate. If Porto,
it's just another game of football.
No, it
just
isn't.
another game of football.
It's not another game of football. If you didn't analyze the Porto game, you wouldn't have said that. It's not. This is a different level, mate. It's a completely different level. Teams like this know how to play football, know what to do when they're 1-0 down, know how to play when they're 2-0 up. It's just a different level of football.
I mean, look, we can't even play a simple 5-yard ball. That's not experience. That's just poor play. Ben White goes down the side, and it's a simple ball into Saka. He can cross it, and he can't do anything with it.
Yeah, Saliba.
So that's not experience, mate.
That ball was never on, was it, Saliba?
That's what I'm.
That ball was never on.
You know, you're trying to force the play, and it's not. You're not playing your normal game.
Well, that's because they're losing, and they haven't been losing for 4 months. So you're out of your stride, aren't you? You're out of your game plan and your pattern, and you're all over the place. And I think that normally sometimes. Oh, here we go! Shoot! Jesus, great play! Yes! Yes! What? That was all Jesus.
Yeah.
What a goal! Trossard! Brilliant! 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 Absolutely brilliant! No way we should be losing this game. No way we should be losing.
Yeah, there's no way we should be losing the game, and now we're back to 2-2.
Declan Rice, one-on-one duel, wins the header, comes to Trossard, he plays the ball to Saka, it's quickly to Jesus. Look at what Jesus does here. In and out, 2 defenders. Trossard runs alongside of him and puts the ball home.
See, when you
play by,
you know
by
what,
Jesus.
Apollo? When you keep it simple, that's what happens. Yeah,
Got to win it now.
Win it. We knock it back, one touch, there, little turn, lay off. There you go. Have a shot. Simple football. Nothing hard about that goal at all.
Yeah.
You know, all this trying to, look at what Bayern have done. It's been so simple. 1, 2, 3 passes, and they're on our penalty area.
Yeah. Here comes Arsenal again. Here comes Arsenal again. Ben White on the right-hand side. This time it goes out for a throw-in. Arsenal all over them. Arsenal absolutely over them. And the crowd, the Emirates crowd, back into the game. Come on. Gary's now up for it. I'm looking at Gary. Look at the grit on his face. Come on. Here comes Bayer trying to break quickly, but it goes out.
Well, that looked like Tony in the crowd, man. Sure, he ain't done a quick flip to the Emirates.
Basha says that is what Havertz does not have in his repertoire. Yeah, he doesn't have the quick feet. He doesn't have that. Cam said, yeah, different type of player. Jesus, that's what I'm saying. Jesus has got the dribbles. He can get past players.
Listen, do you know what would improve Havertz's game? If he like he did against Brighton, get across that front post. He doesn't do it enough. He's always.
Last week.
Yes, what I'm saying, but I'm saying he doesn't do it enough. He needs to do that more. Be like Giroud. He was the king of that, Giroud, getting across that front post.
I like Havertz. I think Havertz is the total striker.
I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm just saying I just want to see him get across the front post a bit more.
And you know what? Maybe me using the word striker is the wrong word for him. I would say he's the total forward because he gives you everything. We just saw him making plays at left back. He make plays in the midfield. We know he's adept at a double pivot. And on the front line, he holds up the ball well. He makes his runs. He wins headers and duels. He's gritty. He gets his sleeves rolled up. I love Havertz. I'm a fan. Sorry, guys. I know some of you lot out there don't like him, I'm a
Listen,
fan.
Apollo, if there's anyone left that still doesn't like Havertz, they don't know football. We've said that. We said that many times, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Ebony and Tony slipped off together. What's going on here?
I think if we haven't seen Tony, then he definitely must have jumped on his on a boxing stream. Which he doesn't like as
Zinchenko,
well.
why have you just giving them look?
Right now, Bayern Munich thought that they were going to leave here with a victory, which really they had no right to, and they're just trying to play keep ball right now. They're not good enough to penetrate our backline. Harry Kane's done absolutely nothing today.
Apart from scoring his customary penalty. Yeah, Bayern just trying to take the sting out of it now.
Yeah, which
If
again,
Arsenal up this press, they'll nick the ball.
yeah,
But
again,
they got to manage the game. Don't give away space.
Yeah, and that's the experience of a team like Bayern. You have to remember, man, they've won this competition 6 times. They've won their title in their league 11 years in a row. We talk about Man City winning it for the 4th year in a row this year, and Bayern's done that in like 11 years. That's Celtic levels. But I tell you what, Bayern wouldn't win the Premier League like that. There's no team in England that's going to win. Nah, not a chance. There's a reason why it's not been done before 4 times in a row.
Might not even get done this year 4 times in a row.
Yeah, it's good. It's decent. Raya's just claimed that one. And we're out quickly. Cam says Trossard was a steal, but why is he a bench player? Well, that's the reason why he shouldn't. He should have started this game. Martinelli shouldn't have started.
We just need a holding midfielder. You can't have them both pushing up. If it's Rice and Havertz, someone needs to sit in front of that back 4. It's a terrible ball tacker.
And his name is Thomas Partey, and he's sitting on the bench. I'm so surprised Partey didn't play today. I'm so surprised.
Yeah, I think it was. I thought he was a shoo-in to start. To be honest.
Yeah, me too.
3-3 Real Madrid.
Ooh, that one's getting tasty, man. That doesn't look like we're going to have a winner tonight, does it?
Oh, my guy scored. Valverde, love that guy. Freddy, sign him tomorrow. What a player he would be.
Here comes Bayer again down the left-hand side. It's stretched out William Saliba now. William Saliba's got to get centrally. It's in situations like this, like Bayer haven't got a clue. Like, look at their movement. There's not a lot of movement. They really don't know what to do against Arsenal in this situation. If we're not gifting them goals, where are
That's
they?
the thing. You imagine now if we hadn't gifted them 2 goals, what have they got to show for it? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing exactly.
You know, when we go to the Allianz, if we don't give them nothing, they've got to work for it. I don't think I think we can definitely go over there and bag a couple of goals. It's just that can we defend better than we've defended today?
Yes, you can.
Can we go with a different game plan, which doesn't allow us to be so open? Well, good job that Havertz missed that challenge. He would have got booked there.
Yeah. Well, the crowd are finally back in it, guys, and that's the main thing today. That's the main thing.
What a goal that is from Valverde. What a strike. Unbelievable. Ebony, you got changed again.
Same clothes.
Okay.
Oh, Trossard scored.
Why is no one getting across? That's so unlucky, man.
Thomas Partey coming on. Here comes Partey.
Why is he
6
coming on
minutes.
now?
He's coming on to I'll say Havertz is coming off. So Jesus is your number 9, and now you switch back to your base formation, your 4-3-3. We were playing a 3-5-2, but we've now switched back, which means Zinchenko's probably going to drop somewhat. Probably the right thing to do here now. You're just shoring up your midfield. To be honest, this game has been crying out for Thomas Partey. It really has been.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like it as well.
Yeah, it's been crying out for him.
How did the women end up, Ebony?
2-0. 2-0.
He's fouled Zinchenko. That's a foul. That's a foul. He's fouled Zinchenko.
He ain't giving it.
Why is Saka giving away a free kick there? Like, can someone go and talk to Saka why he's giving a free kick there away on the edge of the box? Look at that. That's a lack of experience. That's a lack of experience. In a game of this magnitude, with 4 minutes left, there's no need for you to go in and make that tackle.
That's just ridiculous. That's just lazy defending. You just can't be bothered. You can't be bothered to.
How many games has Saka played at this level? It's just.
No, you can't say it's
yes,
that at this level.
Yeah,
you can't say that, mate. It's lazy defending in any game.
No, it's not, Gary. It's naivety. And you know what? You could say it's actually all of the above because they've never been at this level before.
So if he'd done it in the Premier League, it would be all right then. It wouldn't be naivety, no?
Not really, no, because when have we seen him do something stupid like this in the Premier League?
Listen, it's not naivety, man. It's just laziness. He's tired. He's probably carrying an injury. Can he be bothered to carry on running and not just jump into the man? No, he can't.
Trossard's down, guys. Trossard's down.
Hopefully that's not an injury.
No, it doesn't look like an injury. I'm not sure what it is. He's not holding any part of his
He's holding the back of his head. He's holding the back of his head.
He's up now. Yeah, he's holding the back of his head, but just looks like a knock.
I agree with Cam. I'm agreeing with Cam Delves. Trossard was a steal, but why is he a bench play?
Yeah, he's right. It looks a lot. I've been saying for months since Christmas that Martinelli should be an impact player coming off the bench. So surprised with the Kivior start, and I was surprised with the Martinelli start today. Really was.
Yeah, I think he got it badly wrong.
Well played, David Raya. Good play, David Raya. And back to Partey. Come on. Zinchenko's just should have given the ball to Partey there. That's a bit silly. Thomas, look at the spaces Partey's taken up. That's giving them something different now. They're really stretched. Zinchenko doing what he does. I think Zinchenko has been the best player on the field this half. He's giving it away, and this is where we're sloppy. Thomas is going to get booked for that. So, because of your sloppiness, Thomas Partey's gone and had to go and take that yellow card. He's had to do that because of the sloppiness in play. Because these are the reasons why we let 2 goals against them, because you just got sloppy, gave the ball away in the counter-attack positions, and you got punished for it. And this guy's only been on the field for 2 minutes, and he's already been booked. Oh. Arteta must be doing his nut. This is.
That was a bad ball by Trossard. They gave it away.
Party takes one for the team. Sloppy. I mean, Arsenal can still win this one, but we're in the 89th minute now. There's a minute left.
Plus stoppage.
Yeah, Bayer's got the ball. Oh, was that save? Or did it hit the post? I think did Raya save that?
I haven't seen it yet.
Here comes Arsenal on their counter attack. Trossard on the right. We don't have the numbers forward.
What a terrible header by Thomas Partey, though.
We don't have the numbers forward, so Trossard really couldn't advance with that. He really couldn't advance the ball there.
Kingsley Coman should have scored.
I haven't seen the replay, so I don't know whether it was a save or hit the bar.
If it's a save, Raya doesn't know anything about it.
It's off the post. It's off the post. He hit the bar. Oh, Jesus just going past him like he wasn't there. And that's a foul on Jesus. That's a foul on the Jesus, referee. That's a foul. Flipping hell.
This referee sounds useless.
It's a clear foul on Jesus. Oh, God. I don't think Gary's seen it yet.
Yeah, I just saw it, yeah. Just obstruction. Blatant obstruction.
Arsenal
he lays the ball off and he takes him out and he can't run.
Oh, yes, it hits the post. Right there. Oh. That could have won it. That could have won it for Bayern. That could have won it.
Wasn't it a little back heel from Coleman? And if he would have taken that with his other foot, I think it's in.
Yeah.
It come off his shin. Raya doesn't know anything what's going on. And it nutmegged David Raya. Nutmegged Raya again.
Yeah. Arsenal are losing the ball in such silly areas. And honestly, this is what's costing you. Good tackle by Saliba. Here come Arsenal again. No, I've lost possession. Declan Rice has hardly been involved in this game. When I called him out in the first half,
you know what it is. You know what it is when
what's a ball from Thomas Partey?
When the teams are bypassing the midfield, it's a different game, isn't it? So he hasn't got the chance to make the interceptions because the ball's getting bypassed. Midfield's getting bypassed.
Here we go. Here's Jesus. I tell you, Zinchenko been best player on the pitch in the second half. And Trossard just woofed one. Trossard has just woofed it.
Woofed it.
He's just absolutely woofed that one. It's 90 minutes. 92 minutes. 92 minutes. 30 seconds played. 2.5 minutes left in the game to play. You want to get a last-minute winner, and you were looking for Trossard to do something there, and he just woofed on it. Anyway, Arsenal back in possession. Thomas Partey with the ball. You feel safe with Zinchenko and Partey in the midfield. That's what we had last season. Zinchenko gets the ball out to Trossard. Trossard loses the ball. Zinchenko picks it up. Back into Thomas Partey now. Zinchenko's just managing this game so well. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so the last 5 minutes, Trossard has given the ball away 4 times.
Maybe he's tired.
He just can't. What's Trossard trying to lob the goalkeeper?
He's got a touch of the Martinellis.
Did you just see what Trossard just did? He tried to lob the goalkeeper. What now?
I don't know what he was trying to do there, man. That was the worst lob I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, what you smoking? Hey, this right winger can't get a thing since Zinchenko's come on the pitch. This right winger's not been able to get a damn thing going on that side. Zinchenko's absolutely putting the flawless off. I wouldn't have made that substitution if it was me, but Arteta, he knows what he's doing.
Is there a second part to this game?
Yeah, next week. Saka's just been anonymous. What a ball from Thomas Partey. That's a free kick. Ref's not giving it. Are you mad? Are you insane? How was he not giving that free kick? That's 2 now in injury time. Gary's smiling with absolutely nothing to say. I'm just
thinking the referee smoking something because that looked like a blatant foul to me.
What is he looking at?
High grade.
Saka, go on! Penalty! Oh, you know what? I'm done.
You know what? I'm done.
Oh, mate.
I think what the ref is saying there is that Saka's run into. I thought that was a penalty. VAR needs to take a look at this.
And the Bayern are down the other end.
Yeah, I know, but is the VAR? Hold on. VAR. Is that VAR? VAR. Yep, they're looking at it. Hold on.
He paused the game. He's paused the game.
Is it a penalty? Maybe not. There is contact there, but I think Saka initiates the contact.
How can he initiate? He's going round. He's trying to go round him. He's not trying to
initiate. Gary, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Gary. Okay. All right. No penalty, and it's full time. It's full time.
No extra time.
All right. Okay. That was about. I did not need. So, guys, straight away, I did not need this stress midweek. I did not need this level of stress midweek. Yeah, my poor little heart can't take it.
No, I can't take it no more.
I think that probably should have been a penalty. I don't know. I'm not sure. But was it checked by VAR?
I have no idea what's going on. I don't know.
Yeah, it was checked by VAR. Saka now pushing one of the coaches.
Saka.
All right, yeah. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't think it was a penalty because I think Saka pushes his right leg out to the goalkeeper to initiate contact. So that's why I wouldn't have given it. Why I would have given it is because Gary said he plays the ball to the side. Hence,
he plays the ball to the side, and as you're running, he can't run through him, so he has to try and run around him. So he has to bend his leg, and he gets caught.
Agreed, but he sticks his leg out to initiate contact. That's the key there.
Oh, but look at the one that was given at United the other day on Wan-Bissaka. He didn't touch him, and Harvey Elliott put his leg right in the middle of his leg and went down. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm done. We listen. We got a draw. It's on the balance of play. I think it's probably a fair result. They had chances. We had chances, but we gave them 2 goals, man. That's what I'm upset about. We gave them 2 goals.
Yeah.
We were never going to be defensive solidly for the rest of the season, but I mean, in this game here,
look, you go away and you beat them at their place, and you're through, isn't it? It's that simple. You go away, you beat them at their place next week, and you're through.
What was the other result?
3-3, I think.
You know what? They're showing it again. Yeah. For me, Saka initiates contact. No penalty for me.
Well, I've seen enough. I'm heading out, guys. I've got to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, no penalty for me. I think he initiates the contact there.
Win that money.
But what happened to the foul on Odegaard? That was a foul.
Yeah, it was. I mean, referee missed a bunch. The referee missed a bunch in that game with Arsenal towards, especially the second half. Let me just put this in here.
Just scored a goal. Why is he putting his foot out?
Yeah,
he got the same. You got around him. Why are you trying to get a foul?
For the same reason Havertz did it when he went down. He could have stayed up on his feet.
Though. He was around Neuer. There's a difference. Havertz was wide. There's a big difference, Paulo. It's a big difference.
Wow.
He go around Neuer, it's an open goal.
I mean, the only thing I could really say look, this was a bad performance. You gave 2 goals away, but you scored 2 goals. I mean, this bodes well for the replay, right?
Yeah.
And essentially, Arsenal have played better away from home than they have at home. The results actually show that. So I'm confident, quietly confident, that they can get the result next week. Gary, what you saying?
Yeah, no, so I've got to love you and leave you guys because I'm absolutely slaughtered. I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning for work.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, gave away 2 sloppy goals, but it's all to play for in the replay. So we'll see. I'll see you then. I'll see you on Saturday or Sunday, whenever it is. I don't even know when it is. I'm so tired.
All right, Ebony, give me your thoughts. I'm gonna write up and say, what's thoughts? Nice one, mate. Give me your thoughts on the game as well.
All right, from the commentary
Ebony?
that you gave. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, brilliant.
Yep.
Right, from
Yep.
from the commentary, defensively sloppy, giving the ball away in key areas. I'm not too happy with the starting lineup, to be honest. I mean, Kiwior should not have been on the pitch, as far as I'm concerned. I would have started Partey and Tomiyasu. And that's really about it. You know, sloppy from the commentary, sloppy play. And, you know, you can't, when you're defending, you know, you can't be too rash. Simple as that, really. And, you know, I know Arteta likes to get the centre backs playing forward, but, you know, I'm just old school. I just think that, you know, defenders should just defend. And that's it.
What about you, Bertram? What's your thoughts on the game?
Well, I mean, we got out of jail with a 2-2, so it's all to play for back in Munich. I thought we started off the game well. We should have been up 2-0. Ben White had a one-on-one with the keeper with the kick straight at him. Saka scored a very good goal. So we started off really, really well. And then but before we go, as Ebony said, I agree with Ebony about the starting team, by the way. I think Partey, even though he had a up and down cameo, and Tommy should have started. Kiwior is like, I said this before, he's like the Titanic, cannot turn. He's a center half. And if you're going to put Sane against Kiwior, you're asking for trouble. And as a team, scouting a team, you need to know that. Whether it was Sane or Gnabry, but when it's Sane, whose speed is his main attribute, you cannot play him against Kiwior. Unless you're going to have 100% possession of the ball. So that was interesting, and it turned out, even though it was a defensive mistake, because if you notice, you know, Gabriel had 2 choices. He could go back to the keeper, who was out of position, but he still have gone back to him, or he could go downfield and boot it, or make a pass. He chose the worst option, but Kiwior couldn't turn, because like I said, he can't turn. He's stretching, he couldn't recover, and it led to the offensive play by Bayern that got them the goal. So, yeah, they scored, but we had a chance to redeem ourselves. And they were playing interesting game, actually, soaking the pressure, working to hit us on the break. They know they have Sane. They know Kane can play deep and make the pass. They know they have Gnabry. And they figured if they can win the ball deep, they can get behind us. Because we got so comfortable in the game at one point, we were playing out from the middle of their half, which is my 2 center halves is in the middle of their half. So if they lose the ball, they can't be offside if we lose the ball, and they can run at our defense. And it happened 3 or 4 times in the game. And I think sometimes you have to attack with caution, which sometimes Wenger never did when he managed the team. And we've done a better job of it, because when you pressing on the ball and the ball can't get out, then you can play that way. And City played that way today against Madrid and got burned the same way. It was almost like watching a replica of the same game. Madrid playing attacking football, soak up the pressure, win it, and they're off to the races. And City's wide open. And I think that's what we experienced today. Having said that, we had a chance to put the game away with Saka. Not sure what he was doing. But they also had a chance with Kingsley Coleman. I'm not sure how that goal didn't score. The ball that He almost tapped in. So if you look at the game overall, we should not be despondent given the outcome, even though we were the better team on the night. But frankly, when you have so much possession, you have to create more clear-cut chances, right? Apart from the Saka chance, which was a ricochet, and the White chance, I'm not sure we cleared those clear-cut chances. And here's my philosophy in football, actually. I need players with differentiating skills in my team. Havertz is a good player, good link-up, good in the air, good layoff, put in a footwork. But what Jesus did, Havertz can't do. I need that in my football team, especially in a low-block situation where team is playing low-block. I need you to carve them up. When there's no space, you create something, bamboozle defenders, and they play in low block. We don't have that with Havertz in the middle. So
Tony, what was your thoughts on the game, mate?
So I just wanted to respond to Bertram's point. I like what he said about Jesus, but I have to caveat that you have to have something at the end of that bamboozling, and that is where
a pass the Trossard.
Yeah, I mean, that's
I agree.
That's all too often just not present. If he comes up with one of those every game, I don't think anybody's going to complain. But unfortunately, it happens too often that he's beaten a man once, twice, 3 times, and there's no end product. But sorry guys, I had to shoot off because, as you know, I do my boxing podcast on
That's what I said to them, guys.
Yeah.
I said to them, yeah, you do your podcast, yeah.
Yeah, so I've just done that and got by, but I have watched it the entire game. I mean,
penalty for you at the end?
100%.
Oh,
no,
wow.
No.
I thought,
It looked
I didn't think...
No, leg out, Tony.
I thought
Tony, he beat it. He beat the keeper. He's going around him. And he sticks his leg out.
Yeah, he sticks his leg out. I think he sticks his leg out.
I need to see it again. I thought from my initial look, it looked like a pen. I jumped up in the air and I was like, pen. And what makes it more is if you simulated for it and you didn't get it, you need to be booked.
Yeah, I know. I thought Havertz dived as well.
No, right? He stayed down. He stayed down for a long time.
Freddie says, still credit where credit is due. The change was pinnacle. I thought the Zinchenko substitution was a masterclass. He's my player. He's my man of the match today. He came on and he really changed the game. And he made 3 key defensive plays so they couldn't penetrate him. But what he did on the offensive, and he was just carving them up. He was carving them up to pieces.
That's his game apart. He's an offensive player. He's not a defender.
Yeah, and when Partey came on, it was just an insult to injury because Jorginho and Declan Rice had not penetrated their backline in the way that Partey and Zinchenko did, and it was just like a snapshot of what Arsenal was like last season when they had Zinchenko and Partey in the midfield, and it was slice and dice. They were just absolutely carving everybody up. On our best days, no one in the Premier League last season could live with us, and unfortunately, we know what the situation is at the moment now. But so I agree with that. It says good result in the end. Can't believe how fast we actually tried to move the ball tonight. Second leg would be interesting. Yeah. And when you look at that defensively, Bayer couldn't really live with them. I mean, you could just see, and I mentioned it as soon as kickoff, I said, you watch the intensity in movement. Bayer wouldn't be able to keep an eye on Arsenal. And really, they had nothing for us today. And that's just that league. And Tony's watched a hell of a lot of football in the league. I'm not sure if I think Bertram has. But if you watch the Bundesliga, it is hugely slow in terms of the pace in comparison to the Premier League. Premier League is absolute manic. It's guns blazing every week in the Premier League. And so that was the disparity I saw in this game where there was times like Bayer only showed me energy when they were breaking counter against us. Any other phase of the game, you just didn't see it, especially when we were coming at them. They were just like deers in the headlights. They just didn't know what was going on. And so, but we lost ourselves at some point, especially end of the second half. We lost our way a little bit. And the substitution with Zinchenko was key to us coming back into the game. Trossard, Jesus, again, just showing their quality. And Jesus always puts up an assist and goals in the Champions League. He's got a phenomenal record. in this competition. But now we've all had our say a little bit. Let's get down into the player rating so we can analyze this a little
Before
bit
you
more.
go, Apollo, Zinchenko, you have to take anti-acid when you watch Zinchenko play football. Because he just takes risk after. Hey, he's a brilliant footballer. Don't get me wrong. Can't defend, but he created a turnover which could have cost us because he plays risky football.
I love my Arteta. I love what he's done. He's 4 years in. When you look at the crop of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Lampard, Steven Gerrard, there's a whole crop of managers that came in at a time when he came in. Where are they now? Arteta's top of the league. So I love what he's done and transformed this club. But I still hold certain things against him in terms of what he has to deal with his man management. And there were certain things, especially that I saw today, that he's going to, and he will, pull his team aside and really, really try to bang their head against the wall with some of the things we saw today. There was a level of inexperience, naivety in our display today, and we have to root that out. We have to. That has not been us this season, especially in the league. We have not been that team. So today, maybe we needed this, guys. Maybe glad it didn't happen in the league. But in the Champions League today, maybe we needed this game to just give us a kick in the backside to let us understand that this game at this point in the season doesn't suffer no fools. You cannot, at one point, any time right now, let it slip. You just can't. You got away with this tonight. Tonight was the warning. Go on, Tony.
Yeah, I think I think you're right in that it's one of them learning curve experiences. These lads have never been under such pressure and under such scrutiny. It's a quarter final of the Champions League. And I know in Alex from Cannon Fodder, in his group, there were a couple of people who were being so negative about, if he doesn't win tonight, then the whole thing needs to do with, the Arsenal, sort of mindset. It's just not ready for this kind of. And I'm like,
I heard that on his channel before, and I was losing my mind when I was.
Yeah, and I had to go like, this is a completely new era. Nothing to do with that time previous when we were slaughtered by Bayern.
Tony, these were the guys that were saying last year was a one-trick pony and we'd never compete again in the way that we did last season. They said last year was our only chance. It was a lightning in the bottle. It's never going to happen. We missed our chance.
That's the narrative. That's the narrative. And look. And
I got to remind everybody, Bertrand was the guy who said we win the title this season. I said it as well when we did our predictions. Bertrand was the first man that said Arsenal going to win the title this year. So for those of you lot that said he might be a little bit too negative or whatever, no. Bertrand was the one guy who said we were going to win the title. Go on, Tony.
Yeah. So, a lot of psychological, things have to go on. These guys have to realize that, what it is that they have in their hands, and they haven't thrown it away. That's the important thing. They haven't thrown it away. It could have been thrown away tonight, but they were resilient enough to go behind and say, let's keep battling, let's keep pushing. And they got their equalizer, and they should have maybe and could have maybe got a third. But what they haven't done is thrown away the game.
Yeah.
And now they have the time. They go away to Aston Villa on the weekend, and then we go over to Germany, and we hopefully will have learned from our experience. Arteta will know that he has to tinker with his strategy, and he will have what he needs to basically go out there and get a result. And I still think that's capable. We're capable of doing that. I just think, Kivior was a push too far. He obviously thought he could trust him, but he now probably realizes that maybe I shouldn't have started with Kivior. And Jorginho, I think we'll see Partey in the next coming games just overtake that position. Because as good as Jorginho is, Thomas Partey is a Rolls Royce in that position.
We were surprised he didn't start.
It's a couple of things. One is, first of all, we need better wing play. You know, Alphonso Davies picked up a yellow card in the first 10 minutes. Didn't have to make a tackle for the rest of the game. That can't be the case. Force him to make a tackle. He's going to miss the next leg because he has 2 yellow cards. Make him make a tackle. He may miss the tackle and gets a red card. That cannot be the case. Martinelli didn't beat his man one time all night.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? Now, I know they're playing deep and it's harder, but we need better wing play. Just like how Jesus took defenders in the middle. My wingers out wide got to bamboozle a couple of people, create opportunities for their teammates. Second of all, which is interesting, which is Tony's right about Partey. I'm shocked that Jorginho started giving this play against Brighton. I'm shocked.
Yeah, I agree.
And
Because now you're telling me Partey's got to start against Villa now. That's the only way you can justify it.
no, but well, look, Partey has a lot of injuries. Maybe they're managing him. I mean, he didn't play the last game, right? Or
Yeah, he played at the end. He played towards
He
the
only
end.
came on as a sub. But yeah, I think there has been a case of, look, you know, Arsenal have been very careful in managing players with their injuries, you know, not rushing players back. And I'm glad about that. I am so happy the way they've managed players. You know, I've been gagging to see Timber on a bench. But you know what? Let him recover. Let him do what they think they need him to do. And when he comes back, we'll see how he comes. But,
And I did tell you,
Tomiyasu,
I forgot to send you a message. I talked to Zoe. What's today? Today's Tuesday. I talked to her yesterday. And she said, obviously, he's been ready to come back for the last 3 weeks. And it was Timber's decision not to play in 2 of the under-21 games. But it was Timber thought he could just come straight back into the first team, get on the bench. The reason why he hasn't done that is because Mikel has stopped him. That's why.
So I have a question, guys. Something's been bugging me for the longest. So I watch Zinchenko, who cannot defend. When he's in the middle of the park, he's making passes nobody else can see, apart from maybe Partey, not even Rice. Making look-away passes over the top, which sometimes teammates don't recognize it to run onto it. Why isn't he tried in the 8 sometimes? I don't understand. If you can make those passes from the 8 position, which is basically what he is, he's deeper. So it's almost like a 7.5, frankly, right? It's not a true 8 because he's not way up the field. If you can make those passes from there, he can do it further up the field. We see what the field do it. Why is he not being tried in the 8?
So I don't know where you was, Bertrand, last week. I think you made me listen to the stream. I talked about this. I said Arsenal have evolved beyond the single pivot of Thomas Partey and the invertedness of Zinchenko. We're just not that team anyway. We've evolved and we're a better team. You only have to look at our record this season, especially since Jorginho was coming to the team. But when I hear that question, which you've said, first of all, I just don't think we play that way anymore. Time will tell what happens when Yuri and Timber comes back because he's so dynamic. Maybe we go back to that a little bit, but I just don't see the single pivot spawns the invertedness. That's what spawns it because you're trying to create your overloads in the midfield. You're trying to beat the gaps. You're trying to maintain the tempo of the game. That's why Zinchenko's in there, right? But because you have Jorginho and Rice in there, you don't need that anymore. That's the formula, and it works. We're top of the league playing that in that way. The best teams in the country can't get a shot on target against us. So there's no dispute that it's working. So as I said initially, we've outgrown the inverted left back and the single pivot. I
do think you're being a little. I think you kind of missed something in that spiel that you just said, because it's not unusual to see the inverted wing back be Ben White.
It's not, but then that level of support has always been there to and from. And Arteta, because Arteta stands right where he does, and for most of the time, he motions him. And I think last week I said to you, in the second half, Arteta had a word with Ben White and he didn't cross the halfway line once. So Arteta kind of manages that on a game-to-game basis.
Apollo, I don't agree with you either. I agree with Tony. Here's the thing. That changed the game today when Zinchenko can play inverted. And he rolled Gabriel further left. It changed the game. So
but but that didn't change the game. What changed the game was the formation. You heard me say that.
He's playing the inverted, so then he's the one controlling the flow. Yeah. Everything is being flowed through him. Gabriel gets...
It wasn't really... It wasn't really an inverted today. As I said at halftime, we changed to a 3-5-2. And so we were going 2 up front with Havertz and Jesus. We had 5 in the middle. Zinchenko was part of that. And we had 3 at the back. That's what changed it.
Here's the problem I have, Apollo.
Yeah.
Rice, Jorginho can do this a little bit. Rice and Havertz cannot play the ball through the line and split the defense open. Zinchenko can do so.
Yeah.
So if he has that capability, why wouldn't I play him a little bit further forward so he can control the pace?
I agree. Everything you said about Zinchenko being an 8, I agree, and there's no excuse for it. He plays there for his country. Tony, Bertram, Ebony, I don't know why Arteta does it.
I think I also need to caveat what Bertram just said about Declan Rice, because not only is he able to deliver very good long balls, but he's also extremely good at driving with the ball at his feet. He's one of the best in the league at actually just driving the ball through the lines with his feet.
No, Tony, I'm not talking about Tony. Here's my point, Tony.
Yeah.
When Zinchenko picks the ball up, or Partey picks the ball up, watch how they play.
Yeah,
so they first glance to see where they are, and they'll make a pass, look away pass between the lines.
Transition. It's transition.
Yeah. So what happens to your defense now? They're scrambling.
Yeah.
They don't know what
the difference is, Bertram, and tell me if you see it differently. When Zinchenko sees a pass, he's very good at delivering.
Yeah.
When he doesn't, he then ends up doing this side to side. I'm going to run side to side business.
Really?
Or he still risk? Or he still he creates problem for himself.
There you go. Bertrand just said it. He's a risk taker, which means he's going to play that pass anyway.
Yeah.
And that's the bit I don't like. Yeah.
But that's why there's somebody behind him, Apollo. That's why the Timber behind him say, you know what? When you make the mistake and cover for you. That's what I'm saying. You need that defender behind him. Anyway,
I agree.
So is there any chance of Timber coming back before the end of the season?
Oh yeah, he's ready. He's with he's been fit
if you've
for the
seen
last
pictures
3
I've
weeks.
posted, he's literally been running with man on his back.
I said,
if a man's running with another player on his back, that leg is strong.
He's been ready for 3 weeks now, Ebony. When Zoe sent me the message, I messaged all of you lot in the chat. And so he could have played 3 weeks ago, but it's the boss. Arteta says no.
But is that a case of, look, you're injury prone, which he is. Therefore, we're going to save you.
Honestly, when I spoke to Colin this morning, Colin said to me it's the first time he's actually had an entire fit squad at this stage of the season. Like never has he had. I mean, there's nobody injured in the team right now. Like
there is because Ben White's carrying a knee knock. I don't know if I sent it in the group, but he's carrying. Apparently, Ben White has some amazing pain threshold that allows him to play with his knee.
I think it's called cortisone shot. I think it's probably called cortisone shot.
Yeah, it's probably something like that. But I mean, to answer your question, Ebony, he's got so much to play with now. He doesn't need Timber, and you know what? He's got top of the league, and the best defense and the best offense and the best goal difference without Partey. Without Zinchenko's been injured half the system.
He needs Timber. He needs Timber. He needs Timber.
I'm not saying he doesn't need him. I'm saying in his mind he doesn't have to rush him back.
Okay.
He doesn't have to rush him back. Normally you'd rush a player back because you're desperate.
True.
He's not desperate. Arteta's not desperate.
Yeah, he's not rushed Partey either, and Partey's been ready for weeks. As I said, I think it's a wonderful thing that the mechanism for treating and looking after players has worked at its best this season, so that you get to this point in the season with 7 games in the Premier League and potentially 3 more.
Yeah.
In the Champions League, 4 more, potentially 4 more games in the Champions League. That you've got your squad fit. We've seen Bayern Munich today. They lost Serge Gnabry.
After him being out for 4 weeks as well.
They clearly rushed him back for today, and it looks like it hasn't worked for the next game.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good thing about Arteta as it's totally fit squad. I'm not sure it's a good thing for Arteta. I think Arteta needs to have the players who just the ones can play, because I'm not sure he makes the best decision with players.
Well, because we've never seen him in this position, so we're going to find out. But the one thing that I must say is that he's definitely rotated these players more.
Yeah, and the thing you've got... the thing you've got to say, Bertram, is this team that he picked today has been extremely successful.
I totally agree. Except when Kiwior played against, was it Man City played against and he took him up at halftime?
Yeah,
When he was getting skinned. Then
which
Sané
is why
was
we
kidding.
all probably agreed at the start of the game, we thought we would see Tomiyasu.
Yes.
So last time the same part this year, we had started 38 different lineups. This season, we've started 57 different lineups. So you can see that's a huge change in what Arteta's doing. All these things goes undercover because he's made a name for himself, and he drain and bleed out the teams that he had over the last 2 years. But he's actually changing the team up a hell of a lot more than what fans think he is, which is why it's the one thing I'm really holding him to account, because you got to look after your players. I said this: bend but don't break with Saka is going to come and kill you, man. And you know, when Saka goes out injured, he's going to be at 6 months, 5 months. It's gonna burn you. So for me, it's like you've got to do your due diligence and look after your players. You've got to enter a level of well-being, and I think he's working on it. He's definitely better at it, but he's not there yet. He's not there.
We're unfortunate because we're playing Bayern, which have offensive potency.
Yeah,
it's like you saw with City with Real Madrid. So when you play that high line, you run a lot of risk doing so, and it showed up today. Yeah.
It did. You think Wenger ever suffered any fools? As you know, Wenger was such a lovely man. You know, he had one way of playing. You know, bless him, and he didn't have a plan B. And when he got exposed, there was absolutely nothing he could do about it. He trusted his players too much, and allowed them to express themselves. And when you're veteran, quality, world-class players, that's a great thing, right? But when you're De Juru and Senderos and Scalacci and all them foolishness, it's an absolute... Oh, and Xhaka and Mustafi, yeah? Then it's a recipe for a disaster.
Xhaka is undefeated.
Oh, don't be silly, man. He was the worst part of our midfield. Yeah?
Xhaka is undefeated.
So when we had that, it doesn't work. And you just could never live with that kind of philosophy. And here we are, where Arteta, I've seen Arteta now a little bit more hands off because the players are starting to get it. They're starting to understand it. And one thing I've noticed as well, which you guys have probably noticed, he's no longer shouting as much at the players on the field. You know why? Because Jorginho's doing that shouting. And Odegaard's doing that shouting. Some of the players now, they get it. They're switched on. It's the light bulb is on for them. So your number, you know, in sports, you kind of call it read and react, right? Well, if you're reactionary, it's never a good thing. You have to be prepared and you have to be understanding in terms of your role. Prevent is better than cure. And what we're seeing as an Arsenal team that's no longer reacting to situations in a way that they don't know what to do. The last 2 league games, I've pointed out the tactics and the strategies. As soon as a team has changed its shape or changed its formation or done anything in that regard, we switch within a whim. And it's just like we're so good at doing it right now. And this is just something which a year ago, it frustrated the crap out of us because we were still trying to figure it out. But these things take time. They take time. Right, I better go into the player ratings here because it's been up on the board for about 10 minutes. David Raya, I'm going to give him a 6. I didn't think it was his best night at all, and there was mistakes leading to the goals. I thought the first goal wasn't hugely on him. It was a shout, which, again, the coaches tell the goalkeepers to play that high. And really, I think Gabriel should have left Raya to claim it. But he takes the ball, so that cuts that out. But it's what Gabriel does with the ball after that. You've got a Kiwior with no one around him for 10 yards, and you play the ball behind him away from his trailing leg, and then the rest is history. So I'm not going to pin that one on Raya, but I think the communication needs to improve in that situation. Gabriel's got to let the ball roll to the goalkeeper and let him take the ball. So, and look, man, I just thought it was one of those very difficult games. I thought playing out of the back, I thought he was, again, exceptional with the little short passes and didn't make any mistakes in that regard, especially in the second half. So I'm just going to give him a 6. Ben White today, I'm going to give him a 7. I thought his first half was incredible. Second half, he really dropped off somewhat. But if you look at the penalty, if you look at Saliba's penalty, if Saliba doesn't make that tackle, who's there to make the clearance? Ben White. I'm not sure if you guys saw the penalty. The forward actually overruns himself a little bit, and then Saliba catches him. So he's hit the ball far ahead of him, and he has to make up ground on it. But Ben White is there to clear that ball. So if Saliba doesn't make that foul for the penalty, Ben White clears that ball. So I don't think much people, you guys are going to have to go and watch that again in order to pick that up. But he made another crucial intervention to deny Leroy Sané after the break when Bayer took a 2. We could have gone down 3-1. I heard Bertram in the chat room going crazy. Yeah, because honestly, we could have gone down 3-1. Who was there to make that tackle? Ben White. So really had a decent game today. He deserves his 7. And believe me, I'm not in a good mood tonight. So you get a 7 from me and you're in pretty good stead. Saliba, I'm going to give a 5. There has been a bit of rashness in his game of late. But he lost so many duels tonight, which he normally just walks. He normally wins them. Then he gave away the penalty, which was really, really sloppy. Funny, if you look before the penalty, Jorginho actually makes the tackle in the box and gets the ball, doesn't he? And then Saliba gives a foul away, and the rest is history. But I just didn't think he had much joy today in coverage, so he gets a 5. Gabriel, I thought, fared better. He took Harry Kane out of the game for me. If Kane hits that penalty, if he doesn't score that penalty, what has Harry Kane done tonight? You name me one thing Harry Kane's done tonight. That's because of Gabriel Magalhaes. So, and I thought offensively, and this is not the first time Gabriel's been like this. I thought Gabriel's been sloppy in distribution as well, playing the ball into the midfield. He looks to me a little bit antsy. Yeah, he just looks very nervous, and it's strange because a couple of years ago, Gabriel had no. I remember when he played next to David Luiz, he had no problem playing the ball out the backfield. But at the moment, just a little bit of nerves are coming into his game there. Still a solid game for him. Kivio, I'm going to give him a 4. All I'm going to say is he was hooked at halftime for losing what is an embarrassing duel for a defender. If you're beaten behind on a pass, I can accept that. But he was the one that was in the position. He had the angle on the defender and on the attacker and allowed the attacker to get around him and run away from him. I mean, he's going to get ripped by the coaches for that. That is inexcusable. That is schoolboy defending at its best. And it's something we haven't seen from Kvyat this season at all. It's such a shame because I'm a fan of the kid and I really don't believe the backlash he's going to get from this. But this is the Champions League, man. You cannot hang your players out to dry with such foolishness. It's just, you cannot do it. It's not acceptable. And to put the statement down, I said he has to get hooked. For Arteta to have any respect, you got to hook a man for doing that. And that's exactly what he did. So well done, Arteta, for showing that you have a spine to take someone off and making such a ridiculous mistake. So it is what it is with him. Let's move on. Zinchenko, I'm going to give him an 8. And he's a sub. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to give him an 8. He was my man of the match. When he came on, man, he had 3 defensive plays where he didn't let the attacker get a step on him. And that was something that Kvyat couldn't do. But on top of that, he advances the ball forward in so many different ways. Pass after pass after pass after pass. He was just slicing and dicing Bayern Munich open. Does he start next week? Probably, but I would have still started Tomiyasu. But in this form, you've got to say you got to play Zinchenko. My only concern is what he does on the back end. Will he give you another defensive performance like he did tonight? It's a really, it's a flip of the coin thing. And quite frankly, I would probably start Tomiyasu next week. So we go with Declan Rice. Declan Rice, I'm going to give a 6. I didn't think he had a great game. I have to say it. I didn't think he had. I thought he was redundant for most of the game. And I thought his positioning was really off. Especially when, you see, the one thing you guys have got to remember is when it comes to recoveries and interceptions, there's no one better in the Premier League. And it's not just for this year, it's for last year and the year before that. He's had more of those than any player in the Premier League in the last 3 years. The guy's 24 years old. Since the age of 21, he was dominating duels. And you bring a guy like that in for a game like today where teams are trying to spring a quick one on you. And every time Bayern Munich came at us, Declan was nowhere to be seen. He was just lost in transition today. Very, very strange. Honestly, I've got no excuse for his performance today. I thought he was poor. I'm going to give him a 6. Probably deserves a 5, actually. Yeah. Odegaard gets a 7 from me. Again, in terms of setup, in terms of ball playing, in terms of pressing and winning the ball high up the field, you get everything from him. Plenty of touches, just managing the game, great tempo, good energy as well from your captain to get the team back in it. So he gets a 7. Jorginho, he gets a 5. He didn't play well. That's just it. He provided no possessional football today at a time where we needed to play keep ball. When you need that experience in the middle to calm things down and play those simple passes and not give away the ball, he weren't there for you today. So, sorry, I've given this guy 3 man of the matches so far this season, and I've lauded him and applauded him when he's got it right. But today was probably his worst game of 2024. And that doesn't happen with a player like him. So he gets a 5. Havertz, I'm going to give a 7 today. Havertz, man, he does a lot of running around. I pointed out some of the plays he made in the left back position with his support. You're just going to get that from him. He runs tirelessly. He was in the flanks. He had balls crossing into the center today as well. You're just going to get an all-round game for him. I really, really, really am passionate about this guy's game because he does all the dirty things that managers love to see because he rolls up his sleeves and he just gets stuck in. And I love him for that. This is the reason why I was a fan of Matthew Flamini, the Flame. Because you knew when he stepped on the field, you were going to get 100% commitment from him. And that's what you get from Kai Havertz. Even in a game like today where he really didn't shine a lot as a striker, he just gave you a lot more grit everywhere else around the pitch. So he gets a 7 today and a well-deserved 7 as well. That was a hard-working 7. Saka gets a 7 again. His goal was just phenomenal. Like that's on the big stage. Like you see Mbappe, Victini, and all them guys in the Champions League on the big stage, and that's what they do. And that's what he done today. So you just got to be impressed by the level of quality in his goal. But then he didn't really get a lot of support by Ben White. He too, Saka dropped back and made a few defensive plays. Arguably, probably his best game for a while because Saka's been poor for the last 3 or 4 games. And I think this was Saka's best game overall since he had that drop-off in form. So well done to him. He gets a 7. Martinelli, he gets a 5. I've been saying it for the whole season. He can't pass. He can't find a pass. You're looking for creativeness in your front three. You ain't going to get it from him. You just ain't. You just ain't, guys. Guys, that's the reality of it. I've been saying it for such a long time. Surely you've taken the time and gone and look at him and look what he does when he gets the ball. If you bring him on after 60, 70 minutes when the defenses are tired, he'll tear them to shreds. But if you're starting him over you got options. It's not like a couple of seasons when you had no options. You've got the option to start Trossard and Jesus, and then but yet you start Martinelli. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense to me, guys. Someone explain that to me. Someone tell me how that makes sense. Guys, look, seriously. For me, because you got a full squad now,
Can I answer that? Why it doesn't make sense? But it does make sense.
Why?
Okay, on the simple basis that Martinelli is a goal getter, a goal threat, and easily the fastest player in the team.
But how does that help you in games like this?
Well, don't forget last year Martinelli scored 15 goals.
Oh, I know that, but you know
how many goals is he on now? He's probably on 9 goals this season already.
Yeah, but Tony, he scored 2 goals in his first 20 starts in the Premier League. That's a goal. So he should have gone. He's having a poor season. That's just
okay. But I tell you who else had a load of goals last year and didn't start the Premier League very well. Martin Odegaard. So it's not how you start, it's how you finish that is most important. I understand what you're saying, Apollo, but what I'm saying is I don't want to throw the boy under the bus because he has scored a number of goals this season and he has shown that he brings something to the table that Mikel Arteta goes, you know what? If they've got slow defenders, which they clearly have, and I saw that this weekend when they play Heidenheim, then I would be remiss if I didn't play my fastest player against those defenders. Now, yes, I'll admit he had a poor game. And when Trossard came on, the game changed, and yet Trossard offers different skill set. Which in this situation is what you needed. But I'm not going to go around and just say, listen, he's a bad player. He should never play in our team ever again. No.
Oh, no, I don't think anybody... Yeah,
as
I don't think anybody would say he's a bad player. 15
goals last season from out wide. He's probably, as I said, on about 9 already this season, and he's had an injury. But there's one thing and one thing alone that makes him stand out above every other player, including Bukayo Saka. He's got more pace than anybody in our team. Now, that begs the question. Should Arteta find a role for him to play centrally as opposed to out wide where you are required to do more?
I get where you're coming from.
I get what you're saying, Apollo. I'm not saying it's a complete write-off. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no, it isn't. Yeah, he's not. He's a part of this team. Don't worry. We're not talking like he should be sold or anything. He's definitely got the skill set that we need. But Tony, I think, and I talk about this when I talk about Zinchenko and a few other players, I just think we've outgrown a few players on this team, and I think that we've got much better options on that side. I'm a fan of Martinelli. I like his game, but he can't pass. He can't pass. And, you know, like I'm looking at now here in the Premier League, 5 goals in 23 games. 6 goals, 23 starts and 5 appearances as a sub. So that's 28 games. So he's got 6 goals in 28 games. And he started off the season with 2 in 20. So he has scored 4 in the last, 6? And I think 2 of them was when he came off as a sub. He came on as a sub and got 2 late goals in one of the games. But he just hasn't been at the level required, especially from last season.
Exactly. So when you look at that and you say, can we get him anywhere close to being in the form that he showed last season in these last 7 games in the Prem? If we could get that replication of threat, then maybe that's what is in Mikel Arteta's head. And I've got no doubt he's looking at certain games and going, well, in this game, I'm going to play Jesus. But in this game, I'm going to play Trossard. And in this game, he probably looked at the defenders and thought, you know what? I want to throw a speedster, somebody with huge speed. And you know the other thing that you have to recognize with Martinelli, he's a fantastic defender.
Yeah, he made a couple of plays today defensively.
He's a two-way player. He's one of them players who doesn't shirk his duties defensively. He'll run you back. You know, he'll use his blistering pace going backwards as well as forwards.
Right. So Arteta, I'm going to give a 7. Look, the mistakes are not Arteta's fault. So if I take that into account, I thought the way he set up the team today was good. I thought when we made the mistakes and he shifted the team in terms of game management to that 3 at the back, and with Zinchenko with the 5-man midfield, I thought that was a quality move by Arteta. And we got straight back into the game and back on target. So maybe I'm not going to give him an 8 because we didn't win the game. I think that was a bit too much. But I thought as far as him managing the game, I thought he did a really, really good job with that. but he should not, for me, have started Kiwior and Martinelli. I think he got the team sheet wrong. So that's me. Let me give Freddie, and then I'll go straight to Tony. Freddie's gone 7, Raya, White 8, Saliba 6, Gabriel 7, Kiwior 5, Rice 6, Odegaard 7.5, Jorginho 5, Havertz 7, Saka 8, Martinelli 5, Arteta 7, and he's given 8 to the subs, Jesus and Leo. Those are good grades. Tony, you got the conch.
Yeah, just checking the stats on Martinelli.
Do you want Bertram to go first?
No. I just wanted to finish off, and it's going to be literally a finisher offer. Martinelli, 8 goals, 5 assists. Gabriel Jesus, 8 goals, 6 assists. Trossard, 13 goals, only 2 assists. So in terms of goal contributions, Trossard is 2 ahead. Gabriel Jesus is 1 ahead. So you got 3 players who bring different skill sets to the team. Yeah, it's a nice thing to have, but sometimes it can work against you when you play the wrong one in the wrong situation, as you get with Tomiyasu versus Zinchenko at the back. Because there are games when Zinchenko is easily, one of the players of the game, and he looks like, Paolo Maldini from left back.
I think the hardest thing for Trossard is there's been 31 games played this season, and he's only started 11. That's a third of the games. For a player of his quality, that's shocking.
As I said, at the start of the season, there was a hierarchy, and Martinelli was clearly at the top of that hierarchy. We've seen a whole season of development. I think that's very important to understand, that this season has been such growth in certain players. I mean, at the start of this season, I didn't think Declan Rice was going to be all that. I really didn't. I thought he was going to be good for us, but to see what's happened now,
didn't you watch West Ham play? And didn't you watch what West Ham did against us when he shackled Thomas Partey in the midfield?
Yeah, but you know what? His game has moved on from even that.
Yes, because he's learning a new craft.
His game is now moved on to a different level, and he's got to thank Mikel Arteta for that.
Yeah, he's doing what
At the start of the season, again, I'm going to say it again. At the start of the season, everybody was having a go at Kai Havertz. And look how we've kept faith with Kai, and I've had to battle in so many places to say, I bet you by the end of the season, all you people who think Granit Xhaka, and I think Bertram was one of them, who thought Granit Xhaka was a better player than Kai Havertz, I want you to stand up now and tell me, who would you rather have?
I'll speak when my time comes.
All right. So I'm just making the point. Players have grown this season. The team has grown this season. We went through that little sloppy section in December. Yeah. But we came back after January, and we have just flown.
Kai Havertz has been phenomenal. He's got more tackles. He's got more tackles than Xhaka, more recoveries, more interceptions, more blocks, won more duels, scored more goals.
And you don't know the battles I've had to go through for defending Kai Havertz. I literally had people telling me I'm an idiot because
Tony,
Kai Havertz won't score.
I'm going to say something that you just did.
Tony,
go ahead, keep going.
Tony, the joke is Havertz has done that, and there's still 7 games to go.
Thank you very much, Apollo. Thank you very much.
I just say this. I joke and say this. I can't remember. By the way, Xhaka plays CDM. He's playing for an undefeated team. He's leading that team. So you can talk all you want to talk, and he won the Bundesliga.
How many goals
hasn't lost forever? So we can go back and forth a revision of history. But keep going.
How many goals has he scored, Bertram?
I don't think he scored any. That's not his job. And by the way, last year, he didn't play center forward like Havertz has been doing. That's what center forwards are meant to do: score goals. But keep going.
Yeah. Do you know how many goals Declan Rice has got this season? All right. Okay. He's got 8.
He scored a ton of goals this season.
Right. Sorry, Tony. Go on. You got the conch.
When you're done, Tony, I'll jump in. When you're done.
All right. So I think it's important that we don't just throw people under the bus when they have a bad performance. Look, I'm sorry to pick on you, Bertram.
I love it. Go ahead.
I have to defend him. I know you get infuriated by Saka not taking on players as a winger. I know it infuriates you. And sometimes it infuriates me.
Oh, shit. Guys, sorry, Tony. I'm just watching the back end of the coverage. Were you guys aware that Bayer was appealing for a penalty because Raya and Gabriel?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't. Sorry, I missed that. I didn't see that.
Was that second half?
Yeah, I think that was a penalty.
They went to the referee, actually. Complained to the ref, yeah.
Wow, Tony, did you see that? Raya throws the ball out, and instead of touching it with his feet, Gabriel bends down and picks the ball up. It's handball. That's weird. All right, anyway, sorry, Tony, carry on.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Anyway, so yeah, as I was saying, even players like Saka, I know certain people in this forum.
Say Bertram. No, say Bertram.
Certain people in this forum who I love dearly like a brother, and I would back them up on almost every argument that they have pertaining to the team that they love. I have to say, you can be a little bit harsh because, Bertram, he probably didn't have his greatest game today, but what a goal he scored.
Oh, brilliant.
What a goal. And if he keeps doing that every week, and he what's he on, 19 goals this season?
He's the Haaland of Arsenal. He's the Haaland of Arsenal.
It's ridiculous. He's on 19 goals. He's surpassed
I agree with that. I agree with that.
We thought last season was good.
Right.
He's got better.
Yeah, I sent Bertram a list of the goals that he's been scoring incrementally. Because me and Bertram had a conversation 2 years ago, and actually we were both in agreement with this discussion that he needs to improve every year, and he's done exactly that. So no problem from me, man.
So here's my point, Tony. Roy Keane says Haaland played like a League 2 center forward, right? And he's the top goal scorer ever in the Premier League. So Saka scores a lot of goals and get a lot of assists, but his stats doesn't reflect his play, which is really interesting. If you watch the entire game, his stats doesn't reflect his play, but his stats are off the chart.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even say for a winger, just period, not just for any player. His stats are off the chart.
And you know what stat none of you lot talk about? It's his chances created. It's his goal creation. He is among the top 3 in the Premier League. And
he should have scored 2 today because he should have scored that goal that when he took the dive for. He should have scored that.
But yeah, 18 goals and 12 assists. That means 30. He's had a hand in 30 goals this season.
Wow.
So is he better than Foden?
I don't think so. Foden scored
a goal. You saw that goal Foden scored today?
Yeah,
today he scored another beauty. Oh my God!
I think they're 2 different players.
Lord.
I think
Foden. I have to say the goal.
Saka's goal was good. Saka's goal was good.
Saka's goal was so good.
Yeah, really good.
I think Foden is a pocket player like Trossard. He's just he doesn't have a position. He just plays around the box and he just makes things happen. You can't. Me and Bertrand talked about this last week. It's like Smith Rowe. You got these players who open up pockets and spaces around the box, and they have no definition of what their position is. They're just very good forward attacking players.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, I'm gonna do these ratings very quickly. Raya 7, White 7, Saliba 6, Gabriel 7. Can I give Gabriel 7 after that? No, I'm gonna have to mark him down. Gabriel 6, Saliba 6. Kivior, I think 4's a bit harsh.
You're in a really happy mood today, Tony.
Yeah.
I don't want to give my ratings.
I'm going to give my ratings. I'm going to give him 4.5. Rice, I give 6. Yeah. Odegaard, I actually think.
Bertram's killing me, man.
Has he ever played at a level of a 7?
Bertram, sorry, Tony. I'm going to change
my rating.
Bertram, you're so naughty. I'm going to change your game name, your name to the Grim Reaper. I'm not gonna call you cranky
gonna change
anymore.
my gradings
I'm
for
gonna
Kiwior.
call you the Grim Reaper. Jesus.
Oh, dear.
Tony
Tony,
said
go
4.5, and I'm like, oh damn, I gotta dump my score.
Tony, go on.
Okay, so Odegaard 7, Jorginho 5, yeah, Havertz 7, Saka 7, Martinelli 5, Arteta 7. Yeah, I'm cool to go with the rest of those, but yeah, the slight improvement on Raya, and I go one more on Saliba.
Excellent. Ebony, what's your scores quickly, and we go to Bertram.
All right. From the commentary, there's a reason why I don't have a great 100% faith in Raya, because he just doesn't seem to know when to come out. He doesn't. He's not vocal. He's not Ramsdale. He's not vocal. All right. So the jury is still out for me on Raya. I'm just going to pick certain players because I only listen to the commentary. Kiwior should never have started in the first place. I don't think he's ready for this type of game. I think he needs a bit more experience, a bit more games under his belt, and then we can take it from there. Zinchenko, he's not a defender. He's good. He's great going forward. And if you're gonna replace a defender with somebody, you place that player with a defender. I'm not sure why Arteta didn't start with Tomiyasu. I'm not sure why he didn't start the game with Partey. I'm not even sure why he didn't start Trossard. But for next week, he's going to have to start with those three, because this is the Champions League. This is a trophy we've not won, and if you're serious about it, you're going to have to start with those three. And Kiwior, he has to sit down. Zinchenko, he can sit down as well. Odegaard, he's a captain. He dictates play. Martinelli, I'm not quite sure what's going on in his head right now. I mean, he's a great player, but I'm not quite sure why he can't find a pass. I'm not quite sure why he's not scoring. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, I mean, I would actually take a chance and start Ramsdale in the next game, because I think that he could do a better job with regards to being that vocal leader at the back than Raya. I'm going to leave it there.
Okay, excellent. We talked about that a while ago. I think they view Ramsdale as a bit of a prankster, because he just tried to get underneath team skin, and it sort of comes back on him a little bit. But I think those days, I think that part of the goalkeeper thing is long gone now. I think that's long gone. Before I go to Bertram, G says Raya 6, White 7, Saliba 4, Gabriel 6, Kiwior 3, Rice 6, Odegaard 7, Jorginho 5, Havertz 7, Saka 8. That's for you, Bertram. Martinelli 3. That's for you, Tony. And he's given Arteta 6. He says that's for you, Apollo. Jesus, comedian. Jesus 8 and Trossard 7. Comedy. Go on, Bertram. You got the conch.
So everyone is blaming Raya for the goal. I'm not gonna blame Raya for the first goal. He would have gotten the ball. He would have gotten the ball if Gabriel didn't take the ball. Right? You gotta think about that. So, but having said that, he should provide guidance to Gabriel when he had the ball, because Gabriel felt pressure. That's why he made the play that he made. And we see Caicedo do that for Chelsea against this team the other day. They make a bad pass. Good teams take advantage of it. They're gonna punish you. I give Raya a 6. I gave White an 8. I thought White, nothing came from his side, even though they had what's his name on his Alphonso Davies on his side of the field and Gnabry on his side. Not much came from that side. They had one chance, which I thought what's his name should have scored actually, which he missed, hit the post.
You don't want to talk about the last ditch tackle he made that would nearly put us 3-1 down, which I mentioned?
No. He played well, and frankly, it's one of his better games at this level against this quality opponent. So he has to get a lot of kudos. I thought Saliba had an interesting game. I think sometimes Saliba nowadays is dribbling too much, and that always comes back to bite you. Just make the simple pass and go back to what you do. Let the midfielders handle the ball. You don't have to dribble it down to the 18. And he takes some risks sometimes, which if forwards are smart, they start playing him for the beat versus playing him to make the pass. And when you do that, you can nick him for something. And the penalty he gave up, it wasn't a smart penalty, frankly. He was out of position. He should have made the tackle. So he gets a similar score as yours was 5. I gave Gabriel a 6.5. I thought he rushed when he didn't have to rush, frankly. On that play that he made where Kyrier, who was like the Titanic, couldn't turn. I gave Kyrier an NA, actually. And I blame his manager for his troubles. So I'm not going to kill him. I give him an NA. I can't give him a grade. Because I'm not going to blame him for what he lacks. Because he lacks athleticism. He just does. He's a centre-back. He's not a left-back.
Bro, what you saw there wasn't athleticism. That was just dumb foolery.
No. Well, there are two things, actually. There are three things. One, when he's trying to stretch for the ball that Gabriel tried to get to him. And when he can't get to it, he can't chase his man. He has no speed. When Sane got around him also, and he tried to block him and he just got around him, he has no recovery speed, so he can't play left back. My left back have to have some athleticism. He doesn't. So I gave him an A. Zinchenko, I gave a 7.5. I thought, with Zinchenko, I take my anti-acid pills and I hope that everything is okay because I know I'll get some really good plays and I know one or two of those plays are going to put me in trouble. But he played well today and he fits the 8, and I'm not sure why he's not playing an 8. Rice was an interesting game for Rice today. Wasn't in the game as prominent as you'd like him to be. A 6 also, but I know everyone laud Rice is the next coming of who's the next coming off? He's just like, we treat him as if he's De Bruyne, frankly, and he's not De Bruyne. He's not Rodri either. He's a very, very good player. I know people say he's worth more than the 105. No, he's not. Very, very good player with some deficiencies, like most players actually. But he's always given a 6 or above, so a lot that has to be said for him. Odegaard is always playing hard. Wasn't as penetrative today as I'd love him to be. His team does a little dip and turn, but actually it was effective. I gave him a 6.5 actually. But love it his effort. Was not effective. Didn't create a lot of chances as I would like him to do. But that's difficult when a team is playing not truly low block, but playing counter-attacking football. I thought Jorginho played like he played the last game. I didn't think he was effective. He shouldn't have started the game. And a 5 is fair. I gave Havertz a 6, not a center. Havertz is like Smith Rowe to me, but a better Smith Rowe. Not a center forward, not an 8, not a winger. Just a very good footballer. Very, very good footballer. No differentiating quality, which makes him exceptional. None. Go ahead, Tony. You're on mute.
Sorry, just for clarification. I was listening to an interview with Thomas Tuchel, and he calls him a 9.5.
Exactly. He doesn't. But Smith Rowe is a 9.5.
Yeah.
So
there's a position that floats between a 9 and a 10.
That means you have no position. That means you have no position.
No. I think
no. That means you have no position.
I told you, false 9 is a different.
Because an outright 9 doesn't do what a 10 does. So hence why, when you look at some of his positioning, it's more 10 than 9.
But that's what a false 9 is.
Here's where I disagree. In today's football, Harry Kane, Holly Watkins, there are a number of footballers who are 10 who does what Havertz does in his other attributes. Hold the ball up.
Guys, do you know what the definition of a false 9 is? A false 9 is a deep line striker. It's a guy who operates between the number 9 role and the number 10 creative role.
So guys,
that's what
we make up these terms. We make up these terms. Is Harry Kane a false 9?
Yeah, well, yes, in many ways, yeah.
But he plays like a false 9, doesn't he?
He plays like a false 9.
The Harry Kane's a 9 for me.
Tony, I agree with you, Tony, but I'm saying he has attributes of a false 9.
Yes, correct. Right? Correct. Yes.
No, he has attributes of a midfielder. Let's put it that way. He has attributes of a midfielder.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Havertz doesn't have a position. Smith Rowe doesn't have a position. He just don't. Zinchenko doesn't have a position because he can't play defense and he's playing left back. But anyway. Saka, I gave a 7. A brilliant goal, but he should score the other one. Sorry. And he didn't beat Alphonso Davies one time today.
No.
Didn't beat Alphonso Davies one time today. Not once.
You're being naughty now. You got your naughty hat on.
But it's true. So, I'm going to get to Martinelli.
Bertram, I love you. You know that. I want you to keep the same level of consistency. You chastised Saka for missing, and you were right to do so. But when Ben White was 1-on-1 and he had the same chance, you said nothing. Come on. Let's keep it consistent.
He's a defender. He
had the same choice. He had to go left or right and he would have scored.
Apollo. Last week when Gabriel missed an easiest chance, I didn't chastise him. because it's what we call brata in Jamaica when they score. It's extras when they score. I don't penalize any defender when they don't score because that's not their forte. That's not what I'm paying them for. But no, look, he should at least a couple of times. Let Alphonso Davies put a tackle in to try to get a red card. Let him play tentative. Martinelli, poor game. Didn't beat this man one time today either. And you know what? He hasn't been playing, so it may be right not to have played him, to start him. So play Jesus instead, because Jesus has been playing and playing better and not, defending well, actually. Martinelli is a better defender. But Jesus probably could have started, given how he's been flowing. But he didn't have a good game, and it affected us, actually. Because what you do is if you spread the defense out when they're playing low block, you have a better chance to create opportunities. I'm going to go to Arteta last. Jesus, I gave a 7.5. Brilliant setup for Trossard. Partey, not enough time. I did call Zinchenko already. Anyone else come on? I think that was it, actually.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Arteta, I gave a 6.5. I think he got the team sheet mostly right, but he was picking the same team he's picking all along. Jorginho shouldn't have started given his last performance. Neither should Kiwior. If you pull him off in a game where he's getting roasted and he's going to play against Sane, he's going to get roasted again. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
So he shouldn't have started him. But you know what? We didn't lose. And Frank Saka to take that goal. We win. We go to Munich 3-2 up, but we go 2-2 up, so it's not all is not lost. But at the end of the day, I've said this numerous times. I'm pleased with my team because there's even the older players, the Jorginho, the Partey. Who else is older on the team? Those are probably two, actually. We have the other benchers like El Neni, but those are two key players. We'll replace them in the summer. We'll buy Zubimendi or somebody else. Replace them in the summer. So we're in really good shape as a team. So even if we don't win the league this year or don't win Champions League, you still should be, if you're an Arsenal fan, you have to be very pleased with direction of travel. You have to be pleased with the composition of your team, the quality of the team, the age of the team, and that we're going to be here talking about the team for years to come.
Yeah.
And be pleased with their performances because they are quality players. And the younger ones would only get better year after year. And we're going to bring players in to supplement them, right?
Yep.
So,
and as I said to you before, Bertrand, there's a level of composure and competence in the team, which is understanding the training and the system that Arteta has been drilling into their heads over the last few years. They're finally starting to get it.
And frankly, Arteta has created miracles. I got to give him his due. He's created miracles with his team. He's got money to spend. So I'm always going to say that. But if you think about where Man U is, for example, or where Everton is, how much money they have spent, and they can have nothing to show for it. We have spent a lot of money. He's cut a lot of, I don't want to call them deadweight, but players who were under fringes, not playing well, the requisite quality. And he's built a team which is sustainable, with sustainable quality. So you have to give him credit for that. I've always said this. I'm not going to change yet until he changes. His game management needs work. I'll be nice and say it needs work.
Yeah,
it's game management needs work.
I often look at the money situation and like everyone's spending money right now. And quite frankly, if you're not spending money, you're not even in the discussion. That's how football has changed to the point where and this goes for Aston Villa, it goes for Spurs. It's not just for us. If you ain't spending money now, it's the old definition in business, right? If you're standing still, you're falling behind. It's that.
Well, the only team that doesn't apply to is Brighton, by the way.
Yeah, but I think the difference.
Spend money wisely. Let's put it that way.
But I think the difference between Brighton then and now is last season they were battling for the Europa spots, and then so when I look at the league table now, they're not battling. They're 10th. They're not 6th and 5th, which is kind of what they were with that team that they had previously before. Losing Caicedo, McAllister, just those two players, that's your midfield, all wiped out.
Yep.
And so even though they're even, 31 games, 11 wins, 10 losses, 10 draws, that's a very even plateau, flat season for them.
Yeah, but Apollo, think about this way, Apollo. You think about it. They made £100 million last year. That doesn't include Caicedo money and McAllister money.
But they don't reinvest it, man.
No, but they reinvest it, but they buy cheap and they buy young with the hope that those players will get better, right? They buy cheap and they buy young. So
true. All right, guys, I think we're done here. So for me,
would it be fair? Would it be fair to have Timber in the next game?
no,
No, too early. He
For
can
the
play, but 10
next
minutes, maybe 10 minutes at the end if he's played on a 20. He needs to play some on 21 games, actually.
Yeah, and he said he didn't want to do that. So they're in a real dilemma at the moment. I mean, you've got Villa, which is coming up next. It's not a game that you would want to play, although David Luiz is injured. But I said this about Thomas Partey the other day. I said, I'd like to see Partey get 10 minutes. What did they do? In the 80th minute, they brought him on. So Timber, bring him on after 85 minutes. Give him 5 minutes to run around a little bit, and then you can start to work on his fitness. But unfortunately, I think, as much as I hate it, I think Arteta's made Arteta's been the adult in the room, and he's the one. Why? Because believe me, when I spoke to Zoe and she tells me what's going on there, everyone, especially when he walked in there end of January and said his injury is healed.
Well, Apollo, he's learning from the Partey situation. You remember Partey?
Yeah,
When he put him on at halftime that game when he knows he shouldn't have brought him on, but
Spurs. Yeah, but a couple of you lot said he should have played in that game. And
I want him to play. I want him to play.
Yeah.
I wanted him to play as well.
Yeah, they just, so Arteta in that respect, you can see he's growing as a manager because previously before, and he dropped Saka for the Man City game for the same reason. So these things, I'm starting to see a trend with Arteta that I like, but I'm not totally 100% convinced he's there yet. Like the team, he's still growing. Edu's growing, Arteta's growing, they're all growing. But I think my biggest concern, and you guys probably ain't going to like this, because, I always like to give a dose of reality. I think for Arsenal, when you look at the fact that they failed to win tonight, it's intriguing because in the Champions League, we've only won 1 out of our 4 games. We don't travel well away. So I'm a little concerned about next week. That being said, our Premier League away form is a form I've never seen in the Premier League since it started in 1992. I've never seen a team.
I think he has to be more coy with his strategy when he plays. Don't be as aggressive going forward. Suck Bayern in. Their defense is poor and hit them, not necessarily counter, but at least don't play in their half like you do, because all you do is they suck you in. And they had no fans in the stadium today, right?
Yeah.
So don't play as aggressive with the ball. Let them drop their guard as you can hit them.
Yeah, it's a little bit like how we played Brighton. And sometimes you've got Arsenal fans getting really concerned. And it's just like, look how Pep plays. Pep is in second gear, third gear, takes his time. Sometimes you let the game come to you.
When he was aggressive today, and he almost paid for it. He was aggressive today. I'm telling you, those goals were ridiculous in that game.
Yeah. The quality of the goals in that was just outstanding. They really were.
It sounded like Bayern, as I said before, it sounded like Bayern Munich just came to defend, and that was it.
They had one plan and one plan only, and that plan was only predicated on the fact that we made mistakes. They would have failed today, by all accounts. They would have failed.
I agree. Ben White scores that goal, it's over.
Yeah, I agree. But so next week is interesting in the fact that their injury list is growing, even after they just got a few players back. And I honestly,
that's for us actually with Gnabry injured, because I think Kingsley Coleman is more effective.
Really? I think Gnabry's always been
Gnabry's a better goal scorer.
Yeah.
But Coleman is very skillful and create a lot of havoc. Force you to play 2 on him and create space for others. But we'll see next week.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. I can't write this one up, but what I can say is that every time I see us put on those away colours, we just look super effective. This is the best Arsenal away team that I've ever seen play, probably in the history of the club, including the Invincibles. When you think about it, guys, the Invincibles won 26 games, right? When you look at it, this team has got the capability. They already scored more goals last season than the Invincibles. But this season, they've got the capability to get over 90 points, man. That's insane. Yeah. And as Bertram alluded to, we're just talking about the beginning. We're not no 30-year-old aged up veteran team. That's not who we are. We're one of the youngest teams in the league. And it's scary considering we now have to talk about dynasty. And I put something on the Arsenal 101 forum in regards to the question, is our Arsenal starting a dynasty? Because I truly believe we're entering a stage where we saw the Golden State Warriors like 5-6 years ago, you know, where they won like 4 championships because they were just that good. They were all young, they were all growing, and they were just getting better and better and better and better every year. And that's what's happening with the Arsenal's team. Look at our competitors. City has an aging squad with probably the best striker in the world. What happens if Rodri gets injured or Haaland goes off the ball? They don't have no other plan. They don't press. They're a very smart, well-oiled drill machine, but they can be had. And the consistency volume of their goals now is lower. And as for Liverpool, Klopp is leaving. So when you look at our competitors and our rivals, they're not exactly trending upwards. Arsenal, as Bertrand pointed out, are trending hugely incrementally upwards. And that is a frightening proposition, in my opinion.
Everyone's scared.
Well, gotta run, sir. Hey,
Yep.
always good to see you.
Oh, excellent. All right, guys, that's it from us. We'll see you over the weekend. We may have a Premier League show for you on Friday. I'll try and squeeze one in because we haven't linked up with you in a while. Thanks, Ebony. I appreciate your time, darling. All the best.
Yes. Thank you.
Nice one. All right, guys.